don't need to know where they are, but I find this helpful.
Yeah.
One's out there, two's back there.
Yeah.
You are. Hey Matt, third base is 3, right? Or is it 4? 4. You're 4. So yeah, and 3's over there.
Yeah.
So whenever I say 4, and then usually it's 4 for take when stuff's not happening quick. When there's a play, when I'm saying numbers, it's usually I'm switching to it pretty quickly. So when I say 4, it means I'm looking at using your shot. So if you start moving away from it, just go back to what you had, and then I'll use it. And then 4 take means you're on. Until you hear me say another camera take, you're on, you're live, don't move, don't adjust. If a play is moving, just follow and get some sort of shot. If I notice that you're struggling, as in like if the guy's coming into the dugout or something, I'll cut out away from you and stuff like that. And if I leave you on a shot for a long time and you're not sure, just try and stay steady and then just ask, hey, am I still on? Am I clear? Because sometimes you can miss it or I can forget, like stuff happens to you. That's the basics.
So for a right-handed batter, I'm mainly on the pitcher, is that right? Or?
Yes, so right-handed, so if the batter's facing you, you shoot them. If you see their back, then you're on the pitcher. And if I ask you to swap, then you just like, if you're on the pitcher, you go to the batter. If you're on the batter, you go on the pitcher. You'll get the hang of it after about 2 weeks.
And there's a general frame, sort of hard to tell when there's not anyone in there.
Yeah, there's not anyone. So what we do is I might ask for close-ups, but there is something that I like to call like a safety frame. So whenever I go to 1, when I go to 1, I'm basically never going to come back to you again until the guy throws the ball. So you go a bit wider. That way for replays we want to see the whole hitter's head to toe, and we want to see the impact on the bat. We use that mainly for replay. So that's your safety. So if you're getting like a close-up of the hitter, and then I go, okay, one take, you're free to move out. And then if he hits it, you just follow him all the way up to first base. If you're on the pitcher, feel free to try and find the ball and then get the out if you can, like for good replays. If you're not confident in it, don't worry, but if you start getting confident and feel like you know what you're doing, do that. If there's anyone on second base or anyone coming around the score, if you're not on the hitter, it's your job to get them crossing the plate. That's it. They're the main things. I know it was a lot, but it's basically, if you're on the hitter, follow the hitter.
Welcome into the Brick Lane pregame show. I'm Andrew Henderson, joined by Ed Wyatt. Now, it's the final game of the Aces 25-26 campaign. A little bittersweet, but still, so much to be decided. Game 3 of the Aces v. KT Wiz Diamond Duel with the Diamond Duel trophy on the line. Now, baseball is unexpected, Ed, but one thing we can expect through the first 2 games, offense. It has been electric.
Has been a hit parade. Last night's game, 12 hits for the Aces, 6 for KT. We saw 4 home runs. Gomez, Sickett, Darryl George, of course, and the youngster, Jordan Ellis. He went yard. So, pretty special night, really.
Well, KT wants none of that power party, Ed, because they are pitching their number 1 starter, their ace of their staff, Matt Sauer. He won a ring last year for the LA Dodgers. A lot more on him coming soon. But what do the Aces have?
Well, they're going to counter with an ace of their own. Miller Hogan is a late addition to the roster, a legitimate prospect, 4 years in the Tampa Bay Rays organization. So, are we going to see a lot of hits, or are we going to see a pitcher's duel? Maybe a little bit of both.
Well, folks, it's been a fantastic season. One more, let's end it with a bang. Game number 3, Aces v. KT Wiz Diamond Duel. First pitch coming right up. Arguably the 3 best words in sports. Winner take all. KT won the first matchup Monday night behind 16 hits. The Aces in Game 2 responded and said, all right, well, we'll hit 4 home runs. It's Game 3, Aces v. KT Wiz Diamond Duel to conclude the 25-26 International Baseball Showdown, Ed.
It is great to be here, as you said in the opening a video, a little bit bittersweet as it is the final game. It's a beautiful night, 26 degrees here as you look at the Aces dugout. But look, as you said, it's for all the marbles. Winner take all. Great to end the season with a meaningful game.
Great night for baseball, but the wind blowing in. Yesterday we saw no wind, a rarity here at Melbourne Ballpark. And yes, it was a launch pad, but advantage pitchers today, Ed, and they need the advantage after the first 2 games.
Yeah, it was so much hitting yesterday. Aces going deep 4 times. KT, no one had multiple hits. They weren't able to really string too much together certainly not against Lewis Thorpe, but they'll be looking to do a little bit better tonight.
The KT Wiz out of the KBO, the 3rd largest baseball league in the world. They've been here in Victoria since the 21st of January. They have been training over in Geelong, now here at Melbourne Ballpark, Ed, in their make-or-break season.
Yeah, they missed the playoffs, as we mentioned last night, by half a game last year, and they've really put a little money into bringing some new players in this year, and one of those we will see tonight. We'll talk about him in a little bit, and that's the pitcher, Matt Sauer.
For the home team, the Aces, winners in 4 of their first 5 series in the International Baseball Showdown, including a shocking win last week over the 2025 Korean Series runner-ups, the Hanwha Eagles. The Aces won the series 2-0. They are streaking. And guys like Jordan Sickett, as you're seeing right there in right field, he hit a home run last night. That's partly the reason why the Aces have been playing so well. And new additions like Calvin Estrada.
How good has he been? He came in with plaudits about his hitting and has not let anybody down, that's for sure.
A little bit of a shift on the Aces defense. We'll talk about it later tonight. But again, Kim going from short to second base, and Morgan McCullough, the Wizard, who made another fine play in last night's Game 2, he will be at short. Darryl George flipping sides of the diamond, typically the third baseman, now playing first. Ed, what do you make of these changes for John Diebel's squad?
That's a very good question, because KT's done it a little bit as well. We'll get to them when the Aces come to bat. Keeping things fresh, it's a great question. I think maybe Greg Bird was the only one really who struggled at the plate last night, so maybe let him DH tonight and concentrate purely on that, and that's why George has gone to first, because Estrada's been pretty good at third.
I'm going to call you Skip Ed at this point. You broke it down well. This is the Aces line up, the home team. They will be hitting in the bottom of the first inning. Also the defensive alignment. Greg Bird slotting in as the DH. We've seen him play a little first base throughout the International Baseball Showdown. Jordan Sickett, he's a true utility. First base, catcher, now right field. Joe DeLuca, although he took a ball off the hand, Ed, which you'll talk about in the moment, he's still in the lineup. There you go, Jaden Kim at second base. He's actually headed back to the Dominican Republic soon to play in the Pittsburgh Pirate system. And Roman Coote getting his first start with the Aces after taking over last night. And the man on the mound, Miller Hogan, the former draft pick for the Tampa Bay Rays out of the MLB.
Yeah, we'll talk about all these guys in the course of tonight's game. Roman Coote in left field, a real surprise last night. Handled a couple fly balls really well. So it'll be good to see him in his first start. Remember,
fans, head to the Aces Fan Zone, scan the QR code on screen, and send us in some questions. It's now or never before a long off season. If you ever had anything to ask Ed and I, well, it's your time. And right now it's time for Miller Hogan to get off to a fast start for the Aces. He pitched on Monday night, which might be an advantage towards KT because they've already seen him.
Yes.
But Hogan went 2 innings, only 1 earned run.
Should mention the umpires tonight. Casey Cook will be behind the plate. Jeff Dunn, our old pal, at first. Neil Douglas at second. And good to see him back. Taylor Field back in the lineup at third place. And look, Pat White last night behind the plate in his first ever professional appearance. Did a great job.
Wow, this is awesome. When have you seen another broadcast where the broadcasters are getting this hype over the umps? This is awesome. We're off to a hot start tonight. There is Young-pyo, the leadoff hitter for KT. Their lineup looks like this. It's Ryu Lee and then Ryu Hyun-in, 1, 2, 3. Then it's 4, 5, 6, Moon, Kim, and Lee, 7, 8, 9, Bae, Han, and Kwon. Similar look to what they had in game number 2.
Yeah, there were a couple of shifts that, again, we'll talk about a little bit. Bae moves from center to right, and Ryu moves from right to center. But, yeah, the lineup looks very, very similar. And as I mentioned, no one got multiple hits, so it'll be interesting to see how they go tonight. Ryu Jun-kyu leading off.
The Aces cap off an historic season, a bold move here in 25-26. Series tied at 1 apiece. Let's do it. First pitch is a chopper to George. Quickly some work over there at first base. 1 pitch, 1 down for Hogan.
Well, that works very well, doesn't it? Hogan only throws 1 pitch. George gets into the game at first, gets a nice little easy play. We're off and running.
Why not hit this to Coote out there and left now? Get some of the guys playing new positions accustomed to it early. Why not?
A lot of buzz about this guy, Lee Gang-min, 19-year-old shortstop.
For good reason.
Sorry, reading the Korean websites overnight, and previously there's a lot of buzz about him.
Lee fouls it off. His first game in a Wiz uniform was on Monday nights. Starting off spring training for the Wiz, he went 3 for 4 and hit a bomb. Towering shot to left field. And again, like you said, Ed, all over the forums, all over social media for KT, fans were extremely excited to watch this prospect play.
You mentioned Joe DeLuca behind the plate. He did get hit in the wrist last night, had to leave the game. I looked at it. He had a big purple patch right on that wrist, but he's just going to give it a go. He said it excruciating pain last night.
Time called, still 2-1. Catcher, the toughest position on the field. You truly take a beating, and we saw it on the other side with Han, who is catching again tonight for KT.
Yeah, we saw Han in the starting lineup again. I think I said to you, doesn't this guy deserve a break? Last night, so many blocks and did a great job behind the plate.
Hitters count to Lee. Lee to McCullough at short. No problem for the Wizard. There are 2 outs.
Bit of a chopper right off the dirt. McCullough, no problem. Good arm over there. Shortstop. 2 down.
Last chance in the first for the KT Wiz. It's Ryu Hyun-in. He's 1 for 8 this series. Playing second base tonight.
Yeah, he was at third last night, and Kwon was at second. They swapped tonight, similar to the Aces swapping.
And the team who has came out with the early lead in the first few innings has won each of the first 2 games. There was a stark contrast. KT scored 5 in the first in game 1. They cruised and won the game, even though it was close. Now the Aces scored 7 in the second. They cruised and won in game 2. Very pivotal early innings, especially with both of these starters slated to have good starts. Hammered, but Jaden Kim is right there. A nice 1-2-3 first inning for Miller Hogan and company. We're headed to the home half of the first and the finale of the Aces v KT Wiz Diamond Duel.
Hey folks, Melbourne to the desk.
When enjoying a punt, easy does it with Punt 123. Punt123.bet is your home for all your punting needs with same race multis and same game multi options, including daily promotions on all the major sporting and racing events. It's punting made easy. Get in the game with Punt 123. Visit punt123.bet or download the app today.
Gamble responsibly. If gambling becomes an issue for you, call 1-800-858-858.
All-Star Access Hire are your access equipment specialists. We have an extensive range of state-of-the-art equipment and we pride ourselves on delivering outstanding customer service. We have the youngest fleet of equipment in Victoria and we are consistently adding new machines. We get to know our customers and form partnerships with them. This video is of our partnership with the Victorian Government at Reservoir Station. All-Star Access Hire are proud sponsors of the Melbourne Aces and our All-Star Bar.
Diamond Duel.
Well, we're going to get a look at Matt Sauer. Right now, we're looking at some fan shots. People fired up about this one.
Big expectations for the big fella on the mound. Matt Sauer, newcomer for the KT Wiz, one of their 4 import players this season. And they expect him, Ed, to be their number 1 starter on opening day.
We mentioned a Dodger pitcher last year. Had a chat with John Diebel.
Gomez, first pitch down the line. Slice is just foul.
Deeb's, of course, with the Dodgers. I asked him what he knew about Sauer. He actually sent me a spreadsheet that I'm currently trying to negotiate. Basically, the bottom line is he can throw 94, 95 miles an hour. He's got a sinker at that same speed and a really good cutter, curveball, and a splitter. So very accomplished pitcher, and it's going to be fascinating to watch him work.
Grounded, third base on the short hop, but it's foul. Oh, just foul. Fans thought it was fair, but Gomez, it will be 0-2.
So just like Hanwha, KT with a new starter, a new number one starter, that they're going to try to break in and get up to speed.
It seems to be the mojo for KBO teams and their imports, right? You have a max of 4 imports. One has to come from the Asia-Australia area. The others can come from anywhere, but these KBO teams are bringing in top-of-the-line starters as their imports. 0-2 to Gomez. Gomez homered last night. It really broke open the game, turned it into a 5-0 lead in the second. A shot to deep right center field. His 5th homer of the International Baseball Showdown, Ed. Gomez rips one into center. It's a leadoff base hit for the Aces.
That's a great start. Good at-bat from Gomez as well.
Sauer versus Morgan McCullough. On the corner for a strike. McCullough didn't get a hit on Friday night, but he did get 2 hits in Game 1 of the Diamond Duel. What a nice swing from Dario Gomez yet again. He works everything, Ed, it seems like, up the middle or the other way.
Just wondering how many innings they are slated, or pitch count, whatever, with Sauer. It'd be very interesting to see.
I'm just going to guess. I'm going to say 2. That's my guess.
Yeah, that's a good guess. It's good that we get to see him. I mean, we haven't seen, when Hanwha was out here last year, we didn't see Ponce or Ryan Weiss.
And it's interesting they put him on game number 3 as well. Winner take all. McCullough off the foot of Sauer. And Sauer will make the play at first. That could have been disastrous for KT. Instead, they get one out, and Gomez moves to second. And immediately the trainer's almost running out of the dugout to go check on Sauer.
That's a lot of money out there.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. In fact, $960,000. That's what he signed for in a 1-year contract. It was a quick chat. Sauer's all right. He'll continue.
Next to bat for your Alexis, Hyeong-jun.
Darryl George added 2 more extra base hits to his total last night, a homer and a double. He has been scorching.
Good speed there from Sauer. Outfield, Lee, Ryu, and Bay. I mentioned Ryu was in right last night. He's in center tonight. Bay in right. Infield, Kwon over at third. Moon didn't start yesterday. He's at first. Shortstop, Lee. Second baseman, Ryu, and Han, again, as we mentioned, behind the plate.
George, it's a chopper to third base. Long way for Kwon. Nice play on both sides. Scooped by Kwon on the short hop and also scooped by Moon at first. 2 outs. Gomez will have to hold at second.
That's a really nice play by Kwon. That was a very difficult one to A, judge, and then B, make the play. Makes the decision. He's going to come in here and sort of just grab it on the short hop and then get rid of it quickly. That's really nice. And you're right. Good stuff from Moon over there on first as well.
2 outs. Calvin Estrada with the wood. Estrada was a busy man last night. Reached base 5 times. He had 2 hits in the second inning. The Aces batted all the way through, and yes, 2 hits, 1 inning.
He is red hot.
Wow, left field. There it goes, Estrada. Aces up 2-0 here in the winner-take-all. Calvin Estrada clear for takeoff.
Calvin Estrada.
I think I mentioned that he came in with the big raps about how good a hitter he is, and he just continues to show that he can do that. That is legit. What a shot.
Greg Bird.
Melbourne Ballpark is the launching pad. As you said last night, Ed, that's now 5 homers in the last 2 games. Hit sharply up the middle for Greg Bird. Moving over to make the play is Lee to end the inning, but not before the big blow. Aces strike first. They're up 2-0 headed to the second inning here in Game 3. Aces beat KT Wiz Diamond Duel.
At the Sporting Globe, we're a little different to other pubs and bars. We have more than just cooks, we have chefs. We have more than bar service, we have table service. We have more than specials, we have specialties. We have more than live sporting events, we have atmosphere. And we have more than customers, we have fans. It's more than a sports bar, it's a Sporting Globe.
Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark, folks. Final game of the 25-26 season with the Diamond Duel Trophy on the line. Ed, it was a beauty. We got to show it off on the Brick Lane pregame show.
The hits continue. The home runs, whatever you want to call it, the launching pad, the hit parade, it's continuing. And Calvin Estrada is often one of the guys doing the hitting.
It's uncanny, Ed, how this power sort of came out of nowhere. I mean, the Aces, in the first few series of the International Baseball Showdown, they didn't lack slug, they didn't lack power, but it surely was not like this whatsoever.
No, it wasn't. There it is. Fly away. Look at that little
jump shot.
Yeah,
Sally.
I like that.
A little pizzazz from Calvin Estrada. Here's Moonsang Chol to lead off. It's 4, 5, and 6 for the KT Wiz after being retired in order by Miller Hogan in the first. He did not go. Jeff Dunn at first base. We were getting excited about the umpires earlier, especially Taylor Field being back in the mix over there at third. He's back.
Haven't really mentioned the crowd yet. It's a good crowd. As you get a look at Melbourne Ballpark, there's Miller Hogan on the mound. Really nice crowd to sort of finish out what's been a really good year attendance-wise.
Into center field. First hit of the night for KT. It comes from Moon Sang-chol. Leadoff runner aboard in the second.
Yeah, good solid hit from Moon.
That'll bring up Kim. You don't want to fall behind in a hole like we mentioned. The two teams that did so in games 1 and game 2, they fell behind and lost. KT looking to punch back early and often. This series so far through the first 2 games here in the Diamond Duel, over 140,000 viewers across the Aces and Wiz platforms combined. And that's not even counting the Korean TV deal that the Aces made. Numbers will be coming back shortly. All eyes on Australian baseball, Ed. All eyes on the Melbourne Aces.
Indeed. Mentioned Kim here last night. Hit 287 last year, which is second best for KT.
Remember, fans, head to the Aces Fan Zone, scan that QR code on screen, and just let it rip. That's all I have to say. Had some great questions on Friday night that we answered. It was a fun night interacting with you guys. Let's do it again. Last game of the season, last chance to ask us questions. 2 and 1. In there, and knots up the count at 2s. First strikeout of the ball game for Miller Hogan.
Gets rid of a dangerous hitter. Couldn't have come at a better time. 1 away.
Lee Jung-hung, left fielder, did not play in last night's, or he did not start in last night's game 2.
It's with his third KBO team. Played with Kia and Lotte. Now with KT. Hit 258 last year. Did hit 4 home runs.
An interesting baseball crossroads. You don't see it all that often. The Aces finishing their season, their 25-26 campaign. KT starting their 2026 season with their spring camp. Their official season in the KBO, the third largest baseball league in the world, starts on March 28th.
We fire up the Soup app to watch that one? Watch those games?
Oh, I'm going to be tuned in more than ever. Who are you going to be rooting for, though, Ed? If you had to choose between Hanwha and KT, Hanwha stayed here and played here against the Aces last week if you're new.
Plus you got Jared Dale's Kia Tigers, right?
Jared Dale, the Aces shortstop to begin the season. Long-time Melbourne Ace, got signed to the Kia Tigers of the KBO. They have the most championships out of any team, sort of the Yankees of the KBO, if that's what you want to call it. A lot of affiliations here between Melbourne and the KBO. 3-1. Runner goes. It's a hit and run. It lands in front of Sickett and right. There's a throw to third. It's offline. Hit and run works to perfection for the KT Wiz. Runners on the corners, 1 down.
Yeah, he smacked that into right, as you mentioned. Moon was off and running. Have a look at that here. Just jumps right on that.
That was left in the zone, Ed.
Yeah.
That was middle.
Yeah.
Definitely a mistake from Hogan.
There's Moon easing into third. So runners on the corners, 1 out. And here's Bay.
Bay lifts this one. Shallow foul ground, third base side. No problem for Estrada fighting that late night sun.
Yeah, that's a great result for Miller Hogan there. Runners can't go anywhere, and you get 2 outs just like that.
And it was efficient on the first pitch. Bay was attacking. Now Hogan 1 strike away.
Bay was 0 for 4 yesterday with a walk and a strikeout, so struggles at the plate continue.
The busy catcher, Han, here he is. Ball gets away from DeLuca with that sore hand, of course, that we mentioned. Still fighting out there.
I asked him if he's going to wear any sort of padding on there. He said, probably not.
That's how they're taught.
Exactly.
Upstairs 2-0 to the 2-time Korean Series champion. Han played a decade with the Kia Tigers, the aforementioned Kia Tigers. On the corner, 2-1, a golden opportunity for KT to strike back. Corners, 2 outs in this winner-take-all Game 3 of the Diamond Duel. Runner goes from first. It's in the dirt. No play. Now a single, just a poked single from Han could tie this game.
Yeah, it's really early, but you kind of sense this is sort of a big moment, Andrew.
Sneaks it in there again. Counts full, but remember, first base is open. Kwon Dong-jin, the third baseman on deck. He's the 9-hole hitter. Let's do it. Payoff. 2 runners on. Final game of the season for the Aces.
Crowd reaction, great.
A strikeout means free popcorn on this Saturday night. The free popcorn giveaway. So fans are getting into it.
Oh, yeah. I love how the kids start streaking down like to get in line.
To first base, should be no problem for Georgie. He steps on the bag, and Miller Hogan gets out of the jam. The Aces still lead by 2, home half of the second. Coming your way here in the finale of the Aces v KT Wiz Diamond Duel.
One Love is there for the moments with the people you love the most. To share the highs and the lows together. It's the one for all people, all times, and all places. Brick Lane's One Love Pale Ale. It's the one for all.
With Light and Easy, you can lose weight and enjoy more free time with delicious, healthy meals starting from $7.95 each. Enjoy Australia's best ready-made meal delivery service as awarded by CanStar Blue. Visit lightandeasy.com.au today.
Dancing all over.
Look at that.
And a young KT Wiz fan.
Yes, you're on camera. Smile for the camera.
Smile, you're on camera. It's bottom of the second inning. Aces up 2-0, both teams with 2 hits. But it was the big blow from Calvin Estrada to put the Aces up. And remember, KT couldn't cash in early.
No.
2 runners left on base. And back on the mound is Matt Sauer. So we will see the big fella for at least one more inning.
That's good. I wanted to see him pitch. It's interesting when you think about it, isn't it? So it's his first year. Comes out of the Dodgers organization. And this is really the start of what's the next chapter of his journey, if you will.
Absolutely. New chapter. He was drafted by the Yankees in 2017, but didn't have any big league service time with the Bronx Bombers. Instead, he played a season with the Kansas City Royals in 2024, and then, of course, the Dodgers last season. Sickett grounds one to short. Lee fields and fires. 1 pitch, 1 out.
That'll make him feel better after giving up that leadoff single in the first inning.
Joe DeLuca, he's seen some quality pitching during his time in the Cincinnati Reds organization, making it all the way up to AAA.
Just another one of those guys, Andrew, that just kind of stepped in and fit in just right away. Feels like he's been here for a year.
One and one. After the college challenge, that was January 9th, 10th, and 11th, there was actually nearly a month-long break in games for the Aces when the KBO teams were coming down and starting their camp. And during that time, DeLuca was one of the additions, as well as Estrada. Swung on and missed. And also Hogan. So those 3 new additions already playing big parts in their short time here. They've definitely made their stamp for the Aces.
Yeah, the man management, the player management has been phenomenal this year.
DeLuca fights one off. You have to give credit to Mick Wern and Justin Huber for being able to go scout this talent and getting them here on a whim. And second, you have to give credit to John Diebel for steering the ship, right, and getting those guys to gel and getting those guys to buy into what the Aces are doing.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a lot to think about if you're a player. You come and look at place to play, right? You've got John Diebel as the manager. You've got this great ballpark. You've got a really good organization, a great city, good competition, particularly against these KBO teams. It's, there's a lot of positives to coming here as a player.
DeLuca smacks one into center field. He cannot stop getting on.
Third hit of the night for the Aces. You're absolutely right.
That'll move the line to Jaden Kim. And just real quickly, back on your point, playing for John Diebel. For those of you new, John Diebel, the manager of the Aces, 7-time World Series champion as a scout. One with the Marlins, one with the Red Sox, and just recently, the LA Dodgers. How about that? Matt Sauer, the man on the mound, and John Diebel, the Aces manager, both have 20-25 rings for the LA Dodgers.
Yeah.
Jaden Kim in on the hands to make it 2-0.
Just missed with that one.
8 in the order. Coot on deck. It would be 9. And you don't want to face the top if you're Sauer with runners on base with some traffic. You can see the ball jump off of his hand.
Yeah, he definitely has some pace on it. No doubt about it.
Jaden Kim, he doubled in game 2. Saw it off in on the hands, full count. And the fans were hoping for a ball. Unfortunately, landed on top of us on the roof. A big smack, as always.
It's just on that cusp of staying in the ballpark.
And I'm feeling a party deck ball tonight. There is a party deck crowd. And we've seen some nice plays up there from fans. Payoff to Kimmy. Kimmy gets jammed again to second. They get 1, and they get 2. Sauer, the inning-ending double play. It's a clean second inning of work. All right, we're through 2, headed to the top of the third. Aces up 2-0 in the finale. Aces v KT Wiz Diamond Duel.
At the Sporting Globe, we're a little different to other pubs and bars. We have more than just cooks, we have chefs. We have more than bar service, we have table service. We have more than specials, we have specialties. We have more than live sporting events, we have atmosphere. And we have more than customers, we have fans. It's more than a sports bar, it's a Sporting Globe.
Top of the third. Oh, there are boys, Ed.
There they are.
We might as well take them out for a steak dinner. Top of the third. Ace is up 2-0. KT, they threatened in the second. Couldn't do anything. Let's see if they can crack back here. Remember, 2 hits. The Aces have 3. This was the Estrada bomb. He knew it. He pimped it a little bit as well. Even with the winds kind of swirling and going in, it did not matter. He got all of that one.
It was a little jump shot.
I love it.
Nice little follow through too.
Yeah, maybe he hooped in his past life. I mean, he is a good athlete.
Quite possibly. I think a lot of these guys probably had other sports they've excelled in.
What sport did you excel in, Ed, in your day, your heyday, man?
My best sports are basketball and tennis.
Okay.
I was a tennis player. District champs in tennis many, many moons ago. How about you? You look like a golfer. Were you a golfer?
No.
No.
Baseball and now pickleball. Lucas, how does fan culture differ between Australian baseball and Korean baseball? Koreans are baseball crazy in an awesome way.
Yeah. Chants, cheers, organized.
Yes.
Cheerleaders on top of the dugouts.
Organized is the word for it. They are more organized as fans.
Yeah.
Here's Kwon Jin, 9-hitter. It's 9-1-2. First pitch coming from Hogan. It's a ball. But it doesn't mean that necessarily Korean fans are more passionate or they have more love for the game than Australian fans. I'm not putting down Australian fans, but Ed, you had it right on the money. They're more organized, I would say. In Australia, remember, baseball is a growing sport here, more of a niche sport.
Yep.
But the love they have in that small crowd, it's small but mighty here in Australia. Oh, hot shot. Whew. Base hit for the 9-hole hitter Kwon. Good start for the KT Wiz.
Great description. Hot shot is right. Right up the middle.
Yeah, watch out if you're Hogan, too. Those are the scary ones.
Oh, yeah.
Ones that are blistered up the middle and the pitcher has to dive out of the way. You never like to see that.
Well, we've already seen Sauer hit.
Yeah, Sauer hit off the foot. The trainers came out. He laughed. That was awesome. In the first inning, he's like, hey, I'm good, man. Here's Young-pyo. That's a huge lead over there by Kwon.
It was. Now, I'm starting to see more players holding their gloves in front of their eyes because that sun is just coming down to a level where it's affecting the left side of the field. So just keep an eye on that if there are any long fly balls into left.
And you know this ballpark like the back of your hand. That was a good call. Marco. Oh, we had a Marco question. Yes, here we are. What specifically are KT Wiz prioritizing in this game? Results, player conditioning, or roster evaluation? I think it's the third.
Great
roster evaluation. They're giving younger guys time to see how they react to an environment like this. As here it comes, 0-1. Well, never mind. Another check back in over on Kwon. I think it's, roster evaluation completely, and they wanted to see their number one guy go. How was Sauer actually going to compete on a real mound? A real mound's different than just those bullpen sessions.
Yep. No, I think it's good. It's a good question. Very good question.
Sliced foul, but they also want to play to win as well. These KBO teams, very, very competitive, and it's a winner-take-all game number 3 here. The Aces already beat the Hanwha Eagles, and Hanwha did play some good ball players. They played 3 of their guys who were going to play in the World Baseball Classic. That was last week in the Sky Battle. So I think it's a mix of everything. Great question, Marco. Appreciate it. Ryu. Chopper. There's one. Not in time. Man, he was blazing. Ryu was down the line, and KT avoids the double play.
He was flying, wasn't he?
Ed, I looked at Kim for a second, and I looked back at first, and Ryu was already there. He was flying.
You're right.
It was a clean turn as well on both sides.
Yep.
So after the fielder's choice, 1 out for Lee Gang-min. Remember, there is a maximum of 3 pickoff attempts. These are actually hybrid rules. These aren't international rules. They're hybrid because you do have a maximum amount of pickoff attempts, but remember, no pitch clock, folks.
Yep. Remember, we saw that with the Hanwha pitcher that went too many times to first.
Yeah, we've seen a couple times in the International Baseball Showdown where players have sort of forgotten the rules and just thrown back thinking they can do it an unlimited amount of times. Lifted. It's staying in the infield. Who's going to call it off? It looks like Georgie. He makes the play. 2 outs.
He said, that's mine. Get out of the way.
Georgie, the veteran, taking charge in the infield.
Well, I want to give DeLuca a break, right? Get that sore wrist. Let me take it.
Yeah, let DeLuca sit back.
It's another big out, though, just like the pop-up of Bays in the last inning.
Ryu Hyun-in grounded out to Jaden Kim. That was back in the first inning. Time called. This will be pitch number 40 for Miller Hogan. All right, Pauline, what does KT Wiz gain from training in Australia rather than staying in Korea? The weather right now, atrocious in Korea.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
What I mean by that is that it's just very cold.
Yeah.
So typically KBO teams would find another place, like they would go to Arizona. But more and more the KBO teams want to stay a little closer to home, and they find out that, hey, Australia, awesome weather, great facilities, lots of room to work with. So more and more often these teams are less likely to go to Arizona or go to another place. And they say, hey, we want to go somewhere where it's warm and we can get our guys going. And they've settled in here on Victoria here in Australia. KT Wiz over there in Geelong at Geelong Baseball Centre. And, of course, the Hanwha Eagles. It was awesome having them for a month. They were here at Melbourne Ballpark, 0-1. A bluff on first base.
Well, it's a nice 17 in Seoul right now, but Tuesday predicted 4 degrees and snow with a low of -1. So you're not getting a lot of baseball played in that weather.
Yep, it's just like in America in the north. The teams go to Florida or teams go to Arizona for their spring training, and the Aces are building this relationship with the KBO teams that, hey, this could possibly be a new home for a lot of spring training action here on this side of the globe. And the teams have loved it. I mean, it's been a great partnership for both sides, Ed.
Yep, absolutely right. And they get to play these games that are kind of give them a little bit of competition.
A lot of competition because the Aces went out and beat Hanwha, and here they are on the verge of doing it again. So it's a win for everyone. 1-2. Bounced. Ryu takes a big turnaround second. He was already going. He'll stay there. Runner in scoring position for Ryu Hyun-in. It's Ryu Jun-kyu who's on second. And typically these exhibition games, Ed, as we get another popcorn chant, 2-2. They haven't been as watchable for KBO fans until now with what the Aces are doing. And we saw it in the Hanwha series, over 1 million total viewers. In these two games with the KT Wiz, over hundreds of thousands of viewers watching this. So we're watching something new here, a bold step, new part of history. 2-2, 2 outs. It's a ground ball. There's Jaden Kim. Fields fires, and that'll do it. 3 strong scoreless innings from Miller Hogan. Home half of the third coming right up. Aces looking to extend their 2-0 lead. The finale, Aces v KT Wiz Diamond Duel.
When enjoying a punt, easy does it with Punt 123. Punt123.bet is your home for all your punting needs with same race multis and same game multi options, including daily promotions on all the major sporting and racing events. It's punting made easy. Get in the game with Punt 123. Visit punt123.bet or download the app today.
Gamble responsibly. If gambling becomes an issue for you, call 1-800-858-858.
I told you, it is a party deck sort of night. And I don't know if that's a burger or a chicken sandwich. Actually, they don't call it chicken sandwich down under. They call it a chicken burger.
It looked good.
Looking good. On the phone, texting the friends saying, hey, are you tuned in to this Aces game? Listening to Andrew and Ed right now in the bottom of the third with the Aces leading 2-0? You better be. You better be.
Now we got a new pitcher in. This is interesting, Andrew, because this is another player under the Asian quota rule. It's Kuki Sugimoto, 25-year-old from Japan. He's been playing indie ball in Japan. So he is part of this new quota that they've got, which is great.
So before this season, KBO teams would have a maximum of 3 imports.
Yep.
You could get them from anywhere. Now, you still have those 3 imports, but you add one. You add a 4th, and they have to be from the Asia-Australia region. And here he is, Sugimoto from Japan. Ed, he pumps gas. Fastball reaching up to 95. And it's just absurd that he was in the Japanese independent ranks. A guy pumping 95 in Japan Indy. I mean, come on. It was only a matter of time before a KBO found him.
Pretty crazy. They also say he's got a decent cutter, slider, and forkball. So that forkball we saw last night didn't work so well.
Again, for you fans, a very popular pitch in Asia, the forkball. It's much like a splitter. You split the ball between your 2 fingers, your pointer and your index, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
There we go. Like the pen. Like in between,
you're right.
You hold the pen.
Yeah,
in between
like
those 2
peace
fingers.
Sign.
A peace sign.
Yeah.
Think of the ball in between the peace sign. That's the pitch, and it has a lot of downward break. First pitch to Coot. Coot getting his first start with the Aces.
I talked with him before the game. We weren't even sure. He wasn't on the roster last night. Young kid, grew up in Point Cook, locally, Maribyrnong Sports Academy. Said he was a little bit nervous, but not too nervous, and I think that showed. He looked good last night.
He gets a tough challenge in his first starting at bat. He gets an Asian quota player for KT.
That's very true.
All right, how does KT Wiz's offensive philosophy differ from typical Australian club sides? All right, how do you pronounce that name, Ed? Is that an Australian name?
I just missed it. What is it?
Benarbi?
Don't know.
Benarbi. I'm guessing that's an Australian name. Anyways, I'll answer that after this 1-1. Ground ball to first base. Eaten up by Moon. He'll take it himself. Out number 1. Coot is retired. I'll answer your question. KT, they bunt a lot more than the Aces. Aces, we've seen few bunts. They run more, and I wouldn't say they steal more, but they do more hit and runs than the Aces. The Aces, we've seen plenty of steals. Back when Aaron Whitefield was on the roster, before Aaron Whitefield went up to Japan for the World Baseball Classic, the Aces team leader in steals. The Aces would steal a lot, but they wouldn't hit and run. We saw KT already pull off 1 hit and run. They hit a couple, actually, on Monday night in Game 1. But the bunting is a lot more than the Aces or an Australian team. And also the hit and runs, I would say. A little less power as well. They don't hit the ball out of the yard as much as the Aces. Clearly, the Aces up 5-0 in that category in the last 2 games here at Melbourne Ballpark. Ed, what do you think?
Yeah, well, interestingly, we talked about this a little bit last night. Hanwha would play more like the Aces. They are more of a power team compared to KT.
Absolutely. It was almost like when it was Aces versus Hanwha, it was more like looking in a mirror.
Yeah.
But here right now, these are 2 completely different styles. And I enjoy that, honestly, as a baseball fan.
Yeah.
Just as much as 2 power-hitting teams as teams who are completely different, as just a fan of the game. And if you're a fan of the game, these series have just been awesome. We've seen everything. Power, defense, running. We saw a barn burner in game number 1 of this series, and the Aces have been winning a lot. Won the series against Hanwha in the Sky Battle. They're 1 victory away from taking this here in the finale of the entire season. 1-2 to Gomez. Gomez chases the high heat. The mid-90s fastball from Sugimoto. 2 outs.
I've only seen him pitch to 2 batters, but looks pretty sharp.
Remember, fans, head to that Aces fan zone. These questions are awesome. We love it. Remember, last game, Kehoe again, our friend. Kehoe, appreciate you. Final game for Aces season finale. I will miss popcorn song. Take care, Andrew and Ed. So long. Kehoe from South Korea, you have been awesome.
Yeah, thank you, mate.
All season long. Appreciate it. It's good to know that these games are being watched. I mean, these games are being watched globally. United States, South Korea, New Zealand. here in Australia. I mean, just everywhere. And the viewership has been unbelievable. Better than imagined. 1-0 to Morgan McCullough. Oh, watch out.
Little dance there from Morgan. Remember earlier in the season you were basing your dance moves on things that the players did at the plate.
Should I hit the Morgan McCullough this weekend? I actually have a buddy coming from America to visit me this weekend. So if we go out, I'm going to say, hey, we're going to hit the Morgan McCullough dance move. Into the glove of Lee at short. Not enough juice on it for McCullough. 1-2-3 for the shiny new import pitcher for the KT Wiz here in the third. Man, last game of the year, it's going by fast. Top of the fourth, incoming Game 3. Aces v KT Wiz Diamond Duel.
At the Sporting Globe, we're a little different to other pubs and bars. We have more than just cooks, we have chefs. We have more than bar service, we have table service. We have more than specials, we have specialties. We have more than live sporting events, we have atmosphere. And we have more than customers, we have fans. It's more than a sports bar, it's a Sporting Globe.
Omnigraph.
You know what, Ed? It's Gunna time. Gunnar Kynes, lefty, coming into the game after Miller Hogan went a nice, strong 3 innings scoreless.
Yeah, 3 innings, only gave up 3 hits, 1 strikeout, no walks. Very impressive from Miller Hogan. And now Gunnar, who has been very good this year, is going to face 4, 5, and 6 in the order, starting with Moon.
Tricky part of the order, Moo, Kim, and Lee. Like you mentioned, Gunnar Kynes, 3.72 ERA, just over 29 innings thrown in the 25-26 International Baseball Showdown. Bounces, and
still bouncing.
Who's going to get it?
Right there.
Yeah.
Gentleman in the hat.
Gentleman in the hat.
Bounced right to it.
We're amusing ourselves over here, fans watching at home.
He's explaining to his partner, friend, how he got it.
All right.
It came down, and I just looked, and there it was.
You made a spectacular play. I saved you, honey. Saved you from that bouncing ball going 1 mile per hour. 0-2.
Moon singled in the second. One of the 3 KT Wiz hits.
They had leadoff base runners in back-to-back innings in the second and third. Couldn't do anything with it. Long question from Joshua. Okay, after this 1-2, I'll read through it. This one is skied to left field. Coot moving down the line, moves in a bit, and makes the grab. 1 out. All right, Ed, we have a question to get to. What a great season. It was great to come and watch, and well done to the Aces for winning most of the games and the series. Hopefully we get up tonight. Okay, we're checking out the replay. Oh, there we go. Hopefully we get up tonight. My question is, what was your favorite series, and what game this season was your favorite? Okay.
Oof, that's tricky.
This is going to sound like recency bias, but game number 1 of this series at Geelong, Ed, I wish you were there.
Yeah. I had real FOMO over that one.
Felt like the Field of Dreams. Everyone was packed in super tight on the first level. We got to call that game here with Sportscast outside in a tent. So the wind was hitting the face. It was just a good baseball night. It was magical, I would say. So that's my favorite. What about you, Ed?
I struggle to pick a favorite, I'll be honest with you. They were all such different series. I just love when the Korean teams come in. It's very hard for me to not pick, the first time Hanwha takes the field against the Aces. It's just that sense of this is a big club. This is a club that came in and, were in the Korean series last year. It was the second best. Where are they in the world scale? They're a pretty good team.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that excites me.
I think top 30.
I mean, the game isn't necessarily the best game of the year, but that one's just palpable excitement as I drove to the ballpark to call that one.
That's true. Even I don't really get nervous, but I had a little bit of some butterflies before Hanwha.
Yeah.
And you have Moon and Rowe, and you have these guys who are top players in the world.
Yep.
Coming out there. You're right. You put it simply. The game didn't really live up. It wasn't a super exciting barn burner or a close game because the Aces controlled, but I would say that feeling before the game, before Hanwha, when you know that this is something special, agree, Ed. Awesome. And I got that with KT as well.
Yep.
I'm glad I got to experience. Missed you in game 1. Full count.
It's a good at-bat here.
Great question by Joshua. Once again, that was the question.
Makes us think a little bit.
Makes us think. We need it. We need to exercise our brains a little bit, Ed. We're getting mush brain up here. Brain rot. Payoff from Gunner. Another ball hit a mile high. Morgan McCullough at short takes a few steps into the outfield grass, and there are 2 down.
It's a long at-bat to result in a pop-up. But good stuff from Gunner. Stayed at it, which he does. He's very, very consistent, grinding pitcher. Not always the best to watch, and I mean that respectfully, but he's just a real grinder. He's just so competitive. He's not going to blaze it at 95 or dazzle you, but he just is he's a pro.
All right, you heard it here first. Ed Wyatt hates Gunnar Kynes. No, just kidding, folks. Just pulling your leg, Ed.
That's going to be like Steve Kent years ago with the Aces.
This was Darryl George when he hit a home run against the KT Wiz back in game 1. Well, now we're back here. Ring him up. Gunnar Kynes. 1, 2, 3. Easy as pie. We're headed to the home half of the 4th. Aces still up 2-0 and looking for more. Game 3, season finale. Aces v KT Wiz Diamond Duel.
One Love is there for the moments with the people you love the most. To share the highs and the lows together. It's the one for all people, all times, and all places. Brick Lane's One Love Pale Ale. It's the one for all.
With Light and Easy, you can lose weight and enjoy more free time with delicious healthy meals starting from $7.95 each. Enjoy Australia's best ready-made meal delivery service as awarded by CanStar Blue. Visit lightandeasy.com.au today.
We're back. Bottom of the 4th inning. End of the night for Sugimoto. It's a new pitcher. It's Moon Young Eek. Ed, take it away.
Yeah, I think you saw him in the 3rd season with KT after 6 with Samsung. I have been told, my sources in Suwon, fastball can hit 95, but does have some control issues.
Holy smokes.
That's what I've been told.
So a lot of velo tonight for KT. All 3 of their pitchers are hitting mid-90s. First it was Sauer, Sugimoto, and now Moon. They're just throwing the heat. Darryl George will lead off. It's George, Estrada, and Bird. Ed, The Aces up 2-0, but I think you had a story to go over before last inning ended.
Well, when you were joking about me not liking Gunnar Kynes, I said something on air about Steve Kent, legendary ABL pitcher, finished up with the Aces here, and I said something like, he's not the most athletic-looking guy, but he gets the job. Anyway, and then Michael Dixon, I think it was, somebody told Kent, and Kent made a joke about it, and then on air, Dixon, I think it was Dixon, basically said, Steve Kent's looking for you. He's not happy with you. And I went and talked to Steve Kent, and he was fine with it. It was complete, joke. And ever since then, Kent and I had a great relationship. But it was very, very funny. I was like, oh, my God, Steve Kent's going to come and hit me.
I thought that story was going to turn sour, like Matt Sauer. You know what I mean? I thought that was going to be a bad story, but it ends up being funny.
One of the great guys, legendary Australian pitcher.
Here's Georgie. He grounded out to third base. It was a nice play. That was back in the first by Kwan. Remember that, Ed? The Kwan to Moon scoops on both sides. Ties him up. Did he go? Yes, indeed, according to Jeff Dunn.
Daryl doesn't agree.
I don't know if you agree.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
We're going to need to throw it up to the press box next time.
Yeah, why not?
I think he did go after that look. Agree to disagree, Ed.
Oh, no, yeah. No comment.
No comment.
No, I think you're right. I think it's very close, and he probably did go.
I mean, that could go either way.
It's tough. Good appeal, though. He does have some heat on that fastball, no doubt about it.
Yeah, shoot, 95, 95, 95 from Sauer, Sugimoto, Moon. I mean, who are they going to put in next?
A knuckleballer.
Knuckleballer, or are they going to put in a guy throwing 98?
Oh, it's a good pitch.
A great pitch. Down goes George. Big Kev. What's up, Big Kev? Are there any knuckleballers in the Big Three leagues, MLB, Japan, or Korea at the moment, or any potential knuckleballers that may make the grade? I do not know. And in the MLB, when I think of knuckleballers, all I think about is R.A. Dickey, Tim Wakefield, legendary guys like that. That's something I'll have to look up. I'll have to ask the old chat GPT if there are any knuckleballers currently on the uprise in any of these leagues. Good question.
Certainly none with KT or Hanwha. But yeah, it's a really good question.
Estrada went yard his first time, tries to go yard again there. Big swing. He takes healthy hacks. He never gets cheated. You got to love it.
No.
The Aces scored 2 in the first off of that 2-run shot. They've been quiet since.
It's a good pitch again. He really is a box office guy, Estrada. One of those guys you want to come watch him play.
Clive, what's the biggest difference in tempo between KBO and Australian baseball? And when you say tempo, I think of sort of pitch tempo as sort of pitchers. I mean, pitchers do work very quickly in the KBO. Another ball ripped. It's another hit for Calvin Estrada. A home run, now a single. It's a one-out runner aboard for the Aces.
It's just ridiculous.
Mick Wern. I mean, what work was Mick Wern doing? Mick Wern just had it out.
What sort of sorcery is this?
What's sorcery? I mean, he pulls out Hogan, Estrada, and DeLuca all right before these two series, and all of them have been excellent.
Absolutely.
Seriously excellent.
Yeah.
And it's no surprise. I mean, Estrada was the American Association Player of the Year in 2025. He's coming off his best season ever in professional baseball. So it shouldn't be too big of a surprise, but it's still just great to see as an Aces fan these new imports coming in and just smashing the baseball.
And bizarrely, this is the guy that needs to get untracked. And there it is.
He gets on track right there, nestles into the corner. It's a long single for Greg Bird, and moving into third base is Estrada. They're at the corners.
That was not far from being a ground rule double, which would have put, obviously, Bird on second rather than first, but there we go.
It was like a 290-foot single. All the way, one-hopping the wall. Longest single you might ever see.
There we go. I told you needed to get on track, and he did. Beautiful swing. Watch this. Oh, beautiful. And then it just bounces. You watch right. Oh, almost hopped over that fence.
See the little divot where it goes down there, too? It almost snuck over the divot in the outfield wall. Or it gets pretty short.
That's great for birdie.
All right, Jordan Sickett. Can he help the Aces cash in?
I'm going to say yes.
All right, Ed. Well, you were 1 for 1. I mean, you pretty much said, hey, we need to see something from Greg Bird. The next pitch, actually, matter of fact, like a second later he does it. So, shoot. I'll take your word for it. You've been around here a while. You've been in TV for a very long time, since the dinosaur ages.
This is black and white.
Black and white, silent movies. Fouled at the plate, 0-2.
It's interesting. Estrada looked kind of awkward on the first 2 strikes and then delivered that single. See if Sickett does the same thing.
Good point. They were free swings. He was just free swinging hard. And they were off speeds, too. Well, that one got Hahn in on the inner thigh. Man, he has been a wall. Big rip and a miss. It ends in a strikeout.
Okay, I'm 1 for 2.
1 for 2? All right. My prediction now, DeLuca cashes in here for the Aces. He already singled in the second inning. I was totally wrong with my prediction. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I thought it. I thought Hogan was going to go 5, just by the way he was throwing. And you put Kynes in there. Kynes coming out of the bullpen, that's almost a cheat code.
Yeah, it is scary, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, it's the last game. It's going to be fun to see how they manage the pitching. Who else comes in?
Who do you think tonight? Maybe Glagowski going? We haven't seen him.
I think you'll see him. Maybe Johnston.
Elliot Johnston. I'm guessing back innings. I'm guessing 8th or 9th for Johnstone with that heat.
Yep.
Maybe Glagowski to Bridge. We're just laying it all out for you. Into center field. Looks to be playable. Long way. And he cannot make the catch. Ryu bobbles it. And Calvin Estrada will score. So DeLuca does cash in, not in the way we expected. Ace is up 3.
Bird's on second.
Wacky play. We hope Ryu's okay. He was a little slow to get up, and I think he was more just frustrated, Ed, on that play than injured. He seems to be fine.
And remember, Bay, who is considered one of the best fielders in the KBO, was the center fielder last night, and they've swapped it tonight.
Good call, and that's the thing. That goes back to our question on what are these KBO teams trying to do, right? You're trying to put guys in different situations to see how they would react, and they moved Ryu to center field. You see what happens on that play. So it is counted as a hit. He did have a long way to go.
Now, there were 2 outs, right?
Yes.
So Bird theoretically should just be running. I guess he's worried that it might have dropped and he would have been caught on the way to third maybe. I don't know. That's probably what he was thinking. He's not the fleetest of foot, right? So he probably decided if that was going to drop, I might get thrown out at third. So
good point.
That makes sense.
Because the ball was in front of them, and he did have Lee to back him up there, the left fielder, which Lee could have made a play on it too, I think. Right, Ed? I think he had sort of an angle.
Very strange play.
The blocking machine, Hahn behind the dish, keeps the runners at first and second. But the Aces scratch another here in the 4th. And again, it's getting to that point where one hit could make it into a big inning and turn it into a big lead, which they had in Game 2 last night. Remember, they played it 7 in the second and really just took all the momentum and never looked back. Jaden Kim up the middle. It's a knock. Here comes Bird around third. There's a throw. It's dropped. Jaden Kim delivers again in the diamond duel. Aces up 4-0.
What was I saying about Greg Bird not being the fleetest of foot? The veteran flying around third, avoids the tag. He's got a little chuckle on his face. Look, they're having a laugh down in the dugout. Great to see a smile on Greg's face.
All right, it moves it to Roman Coop. He was retired in the third. Aces 2 more runs here in the 4th inning. 6 hits on the night. Jaden Kim's simple approach. Now it really puts the pressure on KT in the 5th. They had 2 innings in a row where they squandered leadoff base runners. And the last thing you want to do is get Gunnar Kynes into a groove. Because he can just eat up innings. He can eat up 3-4 innings in a hurry. You look up and then, oh no, it's the 7th, it's the 8th.
And here comes a fastballing reliever.
And then here comes Glagoski, here comes Johnstone, and then it's lights out, game over.
Yep. That's a good eye from Coot there.
Second time we've seen him hit a ball well down that way. Count runs full, 2 out, still 2 runners on. Aces already with 2. Greg Bird got involved with the business. Still looking for more. If the Aces win this game, it will close out the season with the Diamond Duel Trophy. Both runners go. Full count, 2 outs as expected. But we'll do it again.
There's Elliot Johnston. Jamison Hill behind him. Couple of good arms right there.
Yeah, Jamison Hill threw last night.
Don't think he'll be throwing tonight.
Coot swung on and missed, but not before the Aces add on to their lead. We're headed to the 5th inning, the final game of the season, the finale of the Aces, the KT Wiz Diamond Duel.
At the Sporting Globe, we're a little different to other pubs and bars. We have more than just cooks, we have chefs. We have more than bar service, we have table service. We have more than specials, we have specialties. We have more than live sporting events, we have atmosphere. And we have more than customers, we have fans. It's more than a sports bar, it's a Sporting Globe.
Welcome back in, folks. Top 5, final game of the season for the Aces, fighting for the Aces v KT Wiz Diamond Duel Trophy, up 4-0. All right, over 100 delicious, nutritionally balanced meals to choose from, designed by chefs and approved by dietitians, delivered to your door. Visit lightandeasy.com.au.
Light and easy. This is your last light and easy week, isn't it? Or maybe next week.
No, I'll be here. I'll be here at the office for the next 2 weeks, but I'm going to stock up.
Okay.
And we have fresh ones. So on game days, we get the fresh ones, like brand new. Oh, there's going to be so many to take home tonight. Unless, I don't know, someone on the Aces eats them all. You never know. So I'm going to have to claim my property down there after the game. It's a called strike.
Kynes continues. This is Bay. He's really struggled at the plate.
Lifted. There goes Georgie down the line. It'll end up on top of the All-Star bar area. It's Bay, Han, and Kwan. That is 7-8-9 for KT. It feels like this is an important inning for the Wiz.
Yeah, this and the next. I think these are crucial innings here, 5 and 6.
The Aces never trailed in Game 2. They started it with that Estrada 2-run liftoff in the first. Ooh, that was a knee buckler, Ed.
It sure was.
The old buckle.
Got to look at that again. Yeah, a little low.
It's a walk. That's exactly what KT needed. A leadoff runner. Now let's see if they can't finally move him over.
Yeah, they've had leadoff runners. Haven't been able to do a lot with them. Kynes knew it, wasn't happy with that pitch.
Here's Han, the catcher. Ed and I liked his performance last night behind the plate. I also did some reading. Yes, I did the translation. I was reading the comment sections for KT in the forums and all the KT fans. They loved it as well. They were really impressed by Han. So I have some sources in Suwon, too.
Good to know that we're on track.
Your sources in Suwon, man.
Everyone needs a source in Suwon.
Yeah, man. They were working absolute overtime last night. You just kept pulling it out of your back pocket. You had an ace up your sleeve, if I say so myself, Ed Wyatt. Off of Kynes' foot to Estrada, and Estrada makes the play. Some help from his third baseman for Gunnar Kynes.
Is that the third pitcher we've seen hit tonight?
I think second.
Second. Okay.
So we saw a similar play with Sauer. And Sauer was able to make it too. Man, what sport is it? Baseball or what Australian? They call it football here or soccer?
But it's split.
Both? It's split? Okay. Yeah. So I'll just say soccer. A little bit of soccer on the diamond tonight.
Yeah. It's a nice play by Estrada, though, sticking with that.
Absolutely. In all of that, a runner in scoring position, 1 out for Kwon Dong-jin. Smoked. But there's Sickett. Makes the catch and also shows off the arm a bit as well. Yeah, that was hit on the screws.
They're hitting it hard, but just not with the same oomph that the Aces are hitting it with. You can see that nice swing under it a little bit.
Top of the order. Now 2 outs. Yet again, KT, this could be their third inning where they get a leadoff runner aboard and strand him. Whoa, there's the small ball that we talked about earlier. A bunt. And, of course, with 2 outs, you're bunting for a hit. And I think Ryu saw what I'm looking at right now. George is playing back at first. You have Estrada playing back at third. And with his speed, you can easily bunt for a hit. But the problem is you have to get it down.
Yeah. See if he does it again.
Infield still playing back. Whoa, big hack 0-2.
Definitely not a bunt there.
Or you never know what's coming. Seriously, I thought he was going to do it again. And I thought Kynes was going to return with a changeup, right? After you speed him up a bit, you change him up. But no, Kynes said, all right, I'm just going to go fastball again.
Wow.
A rip and a miss. Punch out number 2 for Gunnar Kynes, and KT strands another runner in scoring position. They're down 4. Home half of the 5th coming your way here in Game 3, the finale. The Aces v KT Wiz Diamond Duel. There's Ryu in center field. We saw him almost make a play that could have ended the inning before the Aces scored a few more. Couldn't make it. All right, Lucas, how do y'all think the Aussies will do in the WBC? I think they have a difficult pool with Japan and South Korea. Lucas, you hit it on the nose. I really think it's going to be tough for the Aussies this year. So Japan, you pretty much know. You can stamp them in for getting out of the pool.
I think so.
Now, the pool, only 2 teams get out. So you have Japan, and then you have the second spot up to either the 2 next best teams, which in my opinion would be South Korea and Australia. Australia did take advantage in the one last time in 2023, but South Korea, they're coming with vengeance, and they do have a very talented roster with a lot of velo pitching and power hitters, Ed. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's going to be tricky. The other teams in there, of course, Taiwan and the Czech Republic. Australia's not going to catch anyone by surprise this year.
Good point. I do think they have a better roster, though. I mean, they do have Bazana and Meade now, 2 actual Major League players. Bazana yet to make his debut. But at that level, you have some more pop in your lineup, in your infield.
Yep.
Still, it's going to be tough. I can't pick against Australia. I'm here in Australia. I'm loving it. You know what? We're rolling with the Aussies. They're going to make it out, a pool play yet again, make it to the quarterfinals. In 2023, it was historic. It was the first time ever made it out of pool play, looking to build on it in the 2026 World Baseball Classic coming up in early March. Dario Gomez, top of the order, leads off. And the velo from Moon, it's his 2nd inning of work.
Yeah, he's got some smoke, no doubt about it.
Thanks for the question, Lucas. Appreciate it, man. Watch out, dugout. All right, Spud, we have a question. We'll get that question up soon. Still 1-2 to Dario Gomez. Gomez, gritty at bat. And typically, when he has those at-bats, Ed, when he fights off, just gets one more, they leave a mistake. And Gomez can take them yard. 5 homers in the IBS. Spud, I've always been an avid cricket fan, but I've discovered the Aces first time this season and thoroughly enjoyed watching all the games. Well done to everyone involved. Where do the Aces players go and play after season closes? Foul back. thank you. And it's great to see a cricket fan getting into baseball.
Yeah.
Wow. That is awesome. And everyone involved, of course, everyone from the top down. You can go from Justin Huber, the general manager, Mel, marketing, Ed, of course. But we'll thank everyone after the final game. Where do the Aces players go? Well, this guy, Dario Gomez, 1-2. He'll take strike 3, 1 out, but Gomez is going to the Mexican League this summer. He just signed, actually, within the last week. So some of these Aces players will sign in America. They will go independent leagues. Some will go, of course, to the Mexican League. And who knows, maybe some will get picked up by KBO as an injury replacement. There's a lot of options for these guys. Jaden Kim, who we'll see in a moment, we've seen him all season long at shortstop. He's going to play in the Pittsburgh Pirates farm system in the Dominican Republic. So, yeah, exciting times for a lot of these Aces players. And Morgan McCullough at the plate, he's going to play in Germany.
Is he going back?
Yes, he's going back to Germany again. That's what I heard in my last update. JD, are there any prospects in this game who realistically project as long-term starters in the KBO? Absolutely. Matt Sauer on the mound, the starter for KT, not only does he project as a starter, he's their number 1 pitcher, most likely. It's his job to lose. So let's say KT was playing in the Korean series tomorrow. Matt Sauer would get the start. He started this game tonight.
And there are also some that we're not seeing here tonight, right? So the other import, Caleb Bouchley, we're not going to see him. He's projected to be a starter. So, and there are a couple others who aren't actually pitching in these series. But yeah, you're right. We saw Sauer. He's their guy.
But the real guy of KT, we didn't see him at all because he's actually training right now up in Japan in Okinawa. It's Hyun Min, who was the Rookie of the Year in the KBO last year. He's representing Team Korea, and he's 22 years old. Will we see Shohei Ohtani down under? I will try my best to make it happen. I will make all the calls. I will do anything to get Shohei Ohtani down under in an Aces uniform next year. And there's already a connection. John Diebel already worked for the Dodgers. Hey, John Diebel, just ask Ohtani if he wants a little trip down under. I can take him to St. Kilda, take him to the beach, take him to Williamstown. He would love it down here. 2-2 to McCullough. We are way off the rails. But again, Hyun Min is the star of KT. And he is representing Team Korea. McCullough goes down swinging. We are seeing some nasty stuff from Moon.
That's his 4th strikeout.
Wow, 4th strikeout, second inning of work. Dang, back-to-back here in the 5th. All right, Nate W. Hi, Andrew and Ed. I was at the Geelong game, which was great since it's my hometown. Hope to see more there when the KT Wiz comes back next year. In your guys' opinion, who is the best pitcher on the KT Wiz? Best pitcher we've seen? I think that's a different question, but just the best pitcher overall, probably Matt Sauer with his velo. I did like what I saw from Sugimoto. Secondly as well.
Kim Min-soo, I thought, looked
Kim
decent.
Min-soo looked great as well earlier on in the series. Yeah. I'm glad you got to see baseball in your hometown, and that's what the Aces are trying to do, is not only expand internationally, but expand statewide too. In that game, record attendance in Game 1 at Geelong. Record attendance for that ballpark. So Aces are hitting it in all spectrums. 2-0 to George.
Should also mention Park Young-hyun, which we haven't seen him. He's their closer. He was the KBO saves leader last year. So he's another guy. He's only 22, so he would be a guy you'd ordinarily see if this were a KBO game.
To put it simply, to answer your questions, whole lot of talent on the field for the KT Wiz. And a whole lot of money, Ed. Lots of millions and millions of dollars.
Dropped a lot of won.
A lot of millions of USDs and Aussies that we are watching here on this field in the Diamond Duel, which is exciting.
That's a great pitch right there.
That's disgusting.
Wow, yeah, that's after you're throwing in the 90s and then you drop that in.
Can he finish it off and strike out the side? Moon Young-ik.
He's given up 4 hits and 2 runs, but 4 strikeouts. Look really, really tough.
He walks Daryl George.
That was fast.
Well, Ed, didn't we say it in the scouting report from your Suwon sources? He has velo. He just has a little bit of control issues, and he's working through that here in their spring training.
That is what my source has told me.
But there's a reason to be excited if you're a KT Wiz fan or if you're the staff of KT Wiz, if you're manager Lee Kang-chul, because the stuff off of Moon, it's electric stuff. But again, he just has to control it. We have a question from Josh Matavesi. Hey, I know that guy.
Hey.
Our umpire, Josh Matavesi. All right, we'll get the question up. Thank you guys for an awesome season. I'm glad I got to be involved and retire down there with you guys. Appreciate you guys and look forward to seeing you next year just to watch. Well, congratulations on your career. Wow.
We'll get him back out there.
Are you serious? Retire?
We'll
No way. No way he's actually retired, Josh Matavesi.
That's what I hear. We'll get him in the booth maybe.
Maybe, yeah. So maybe we can get him in like a Brett Favre sort of deal. You remember Brett Favre from the NFL? He would retire and then unretire a few times. Maybe we get that out of Josh Matavesi if you get my NFL reference for all you Americans.
Yeah, I didn't know he was driving down from Canberra, and forgive me if I said this last night, but it was always good to see him here. He was with his family and doing a job, and then Jeff Dunn tells me he's driving down from Canberra to do the game, so you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
But thank you for that, Josh.
Estrada, 2-1. Sharply, but right at short. Underhand to second. That'll do it in the fifth. Moon, a bounce-back inning. But can his offense help him out? We'll wait and see. Top of the sixth coming your way. The finale of the Aces v KT Wiz Diamond Duel.
When enjoying a punt, easy does it with Punt 123. Punt123.bet is your home for all your punting needs with same race multis and same game multi options, including daily promotions on all the major sporting and racing events. It's punting made easy. Get in the game with Punt 123. Visit punt123.bet or download the app today.
Gamble responsibly. If gambling becomes an issue for you, call 1-800-858-858.
Wow, let's take a look at that sunset
beautiful
shot again. We need that as we have some club players, some youth club players showing out for their squad tonight. How about it? Where's your hat go? Fans nestled in here on the finale.
There it is.
Of
There's
the 25-26 season, and let's let it breathe. Take a look at that, a Melbourne Ballpark sunset.
Beautiful.
I'm liking the song right now, Ed. We are KT Wiz. Oh, I love the music.
It's good.
Kyle Glegoski, the righty, taking over in the sixth. It was Hogan. He went 3. It was Kynes who went 2. Now here is the New Zealand native. He's facing 2, 3, and 4 in the order. Lee, Ryu, and Moon.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a rotation as we discussed. Maybe these next 3 innings, 4 innings.
I think you predicted it.
I did say Glegoski, I will admit that. But we talked about maybe Johnston. Who else is floating around that could come in? Amaya pitched last night.
Glegoski's had a fine season. Over 26 innings for the Aces, 3.42 ERA, but he faces a possible rookie star for the KT Wiz. He's 0 for 2 tonight, Lee is, but remember his Monday night performance over there in Geelong, 3 for 4 with a home run.
It's been good in the field as well. Very slick fielding at shortstop.
Slick at short. Remember, fans, head to the Aces fan zone. We'll throw up the QR code periodically on screen. These questions have been unbelievable. Making us think, working our brains. Did he go? Yes, he did. Jeff Dunn making the call at first base.
KT, by the way, if you had a question, it stands for Korea Telecom. That's what it used to be called. Now it's just simply called the KT Corporation. All the teams obviously owned by corporations. What a pitch that was. So Hanwha, of course, into defense and many things. Kia, of course, LG, familiar with those brands.
I believe Kiwoom is one of the only ones without an affiliation.
That might be.
All right, Ed.
I have to look it up.
Your buddy.
There he is. Great work.
He did not go.
Oh.
Wow, that was so close to a K for Glagoski. But I sound like a broken record. This is the fourth inning where KT gets a leadoff runner aboard. They still have a 0, still a goose egg. That's a good call.
Yeah. Yep.
I was hoping you'd disagree. I want some critical argument discourse here. Plead your case. Ryu is 0 for 2. Oh, this one's hit high, but it's going to hang up for Jordan Sickett. Was hit well off the bat.
But once again under it, and not enough power. That's the third fly out to Sickett tonight. The one in each of the last 3 innings.
Yep, good barrel, but under it, too high of a launch angle, Ed.
Yep.
And then that one was just hooked a little too far, but it did have the distance.
I'm waiting for it, like my golf swing.
Nah, because that one was hooked. You sliced yours.
Okay.
See, I know when to push the buttons and when not to, Ed. I know how to control the ship. Moon Sang Chul.
You're the captain now.
The captain. Nice. Outside corner. Upside down. Seeing plenty of comments and some of these online telecasts saying Aces should be playing better against some of these teams playing in the summer series. Thoughts? 0-2. Got him. Nasty from Glagoski. And I don't know what they mean by that. I truly don't get that. The Aces have taken 4 of their first 5 series in the International Baseball Showdown. They have played well in those series. And I bet you're talking about the Continental Cup and the Southern Stars and Stripes Shield, which the Aces did take those series.
Yeah, there have been a few struggles here and there, but by and large, I think they played really well.
By and large, it's been a nice season. Just a rock thrower as first pitch coming to Kim. All right, just a rock thrower. Here we go. Do the Melbourne Aces have a feeder system of their own? And if so, can you elaborate? Now, they don't necessarily have a farm system, but they do have a close relationship with Baseball Victoria, which they run the youth programs. And so they'll have younger players, of course, who have played on Victoria under-18 teams, get some opportunities. So in that sense, a feeder system, not necessarily your minor leagues, but a lot of these players around here play for their local clubs, and I guess you could call club ball here in Australia as the feeder system.
Yeah, especially when you look at the young kids like Addison Bishop Warren and Roman Coote tonight, and all the young guys have been playing, getting to play. They come out of club ball, come out of these local teams. So in a way that is, it's not officially, as you say, like an affiliated minor league team would be.
Glagoski. Wow. Blows it right by him. And KT, well, they're still scoreless. Headed to the bottom of the 6th. Game 3 Aces are inching closer to that Diamond Duel trophy.
One Love is there for the moments with the people you love the most. To share the highs and the lows together. It's the one for all people, all times, and all places. Brick Lane's One Love Pale Ale. It's the one for all.
With Light and Easy, you can lose weight and enjoy more free time with delicious, healthy meals starting from $7.95 each. Enjoy Australia's best ready-made meal delivery service as awarded by CanStar Blue. Visit lightandeasy.com.au today.
Welcome back. We just saw a fantastic sunset at Melbourne Ballpark. Aces up 4-0, bottom of the 6th. Game 3, Aces v KT Wiz Diamond Duel. Oh man, Barry, what a question. Do you think there will be a lockout next year in the MLB? Unfortunately, I absolutely do think there's going to be a lockout. The collective bargaining agreement between the players and the owners associations, it's done after the 2026 season, and they will have to renegotiate, and processes like that, they sometimes take a long time. Players, they want to get paid more. They don't want the salary caps. Owners want salary caps to sort of even the playing field. It's just going to be tough, and I will think there will be a lockout. Now, I'm hoping it's not that long, maybe a delayed spring training, but people are saying it's going to be a doomsday scenario where there could be no 2027 MLB season. And in that case, if there's no MLB season, I mean, that's going to open up opportunities for possibly baseball in Australia, independent baseball in the United States. Now, I hope that doesn't happen, but it's looking like it, Barry. It's definitely looking like it. Great question. You're thinking how I'm thinking. There's that Daryl George bomb where he bat flipped. It was on Monday night in Geelong. Again, a launching pad there, too. The last 3 games of the series. The ball has just been going. Daryl George, so many extra base hits in the past week of baseball. The 15-year Melbourne Ace. Here's Greg Bird in his 3rd season with the Aces. He went off the wall his last time up. It happened to be a single.
Some confusion we'll try to clear up for the viewers, Andrew. This is number 11 again, which that is Sugimoto's number. We've been told that potentially the earlier number 11 was Park, and this is Sugimoto, but apologies for the lack of clarity here. Sometimes those numbers in these preseason games get mixed up.
They're wearing the same number?
Yeah.
You gotta love it. Spring training, man. Well, thanks for getting that solved, Ed. I know there was a lot going on up here in the booth the last few seconds. 1-2.
So Sugimoto was the Japanese Asian quota pitcher we talked about, who has the fastball.
This is a question for you, Ed. I can't answer it.
He had a full season in the booth with Andrew. That's from our good friend Rob, who has been in this booth before and does a very good job. What would you say is his most endearing quality? Jeez, I don't know if I can find any endearing qualities. I don't think about that. I think your energy, your enthusiasm is endearing. Your sense of humor is good. Your research is very solid. So a lot of different qualities. It's hard to break it down to one. I'd say maybe your love of life. You just have that joie de vivre, if I can use a French term.
Joie de vivre.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ed. I appreciate that. That's how I try to come off. I try to brighten everyone's day. I'm glad to be doing it here with you, hopefully making the viewers' experience awesome back at home because, I mean, just as great as the baseball's been, right?
Yes.
We gotta get to the level of the baseball here. I mean, if the baseball is 10 out of 10, Ed and I got to be on our game. It's a soft ground ball to first base. Shortstop in time. Greg Bird, a little light jog, making sure not to,
hurt anything.
Just jammed him.
Like no point running too hard down the bases.
Down goes Birdie. And here comes Sickett. He did go.
Well, whoever's wearing 11, they've had pretty good. They've both been really good tonight.
All right, another question. I'll answer after this, or I'll try to read it after this 1-1. Nice one, 1 and 2.
Little
upside down. My
clarification
previous question, thanks for answering, by the way, was just relating to some viewer comments, possibly upset at Aces not playing ABL or expecting big win margins like last night.
Yeah.
But getting closer contests, I agree. Aces have been solid. Thank you, Upside Down.
Yeah, thanks for clarifying that. That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, so the people complaining, I don't get it because you do want to see competitive baseball.
Yeah.
Right? So I think you could always look for the negative in anything. If the Aces win by 10 runs, well, the game's not competitive. If the Aces win by 1 run, then the Aces aren't good enough. So there's always going to be something to say. As it swung on and missed by Sickett, 2 down. There's always going to be something that the haters have to say, Ed. Again, you just block them out and you keep moving.
Yeah, and I think this was always going to be a experimental year, if you will. We weren't sure what it was going to look like at the start. So, look, I think there have been so many positives to look at. I tend to look at the positives of what the Aces and Justin Huber and Mick Wern and Brett Ralph have been able to put together. And it's been a lot of fun, and there's been some really good baseball.
Well, the Aces v. Handle Sky battle, as here is Joe DeLuca with 2 outs, swung on and missed. It had a series attendance of 5,316. It was the largest baseball series in Australia during the 2025-2026 season. It's hard to argue with numbers. Aces are putting together a fantastic show. Not only that, playing quality competition. Very quality. Some of these KBO teams, Hanwha 2025 Korean Series runner-ups. And it's a nice opportunity for younger players, like you see on the on-deck circle right there, Jaden Kim, to play against this kind of pitching that he can take back with him to the DR and really grow as a player when he goes back with the Pirates. And he's a local kid, played through the Victoria Pipeline. Did not go. There is Taylor Field at third base making the call. Good to get him in on the action. Head to the Aces fan zone. Scan that QR code on screen. We love it.
Has there ever been a foul ball hit this summer that the crowd did not go, ooh?
Yeah, they seem to always do that, even if it's hit 100 miles over their head. And we're talking backfield. Pedro.
I love it.
Excluding Ohtani and Judge, who do you think the best player is in baseball? Who would you take first in a mock draft?
Cal Raleigh?
I was going to say, pick the number 3 guy, Cal Raleigh. But if I'm starting a franchise, I definitely want a catcher or shortstop. So Cal Raleigh, high on that list. Or an absolute ace arm.
Yeah.
Like Tarek Skubal. If you just want to take a horse to lead your team, you take a Skubal or a Paul Skeens.
Yep.
At that level.
It's true.
But a switch hitting catcher, much like DeLuca's a switch hitting catcher. He's not Cal Raleigh, but he's a pretty dang good catcher as he will walk and reach first. Cal Raleigh, a switch hitting catcher who can hit over 60 home runs. Pretty good choice.
DeLuca having a pretty good night considering he's got a banged up wrist. 2 singles and a walk.
Easy E. Hey guys, sorry if this has been asked before. What specific skills do you see from cricket you see transition well to baseball? example, Bazana initially being a successful wicket keeper in cricket before committing to baseball. Cheers, Cobbs.
Yeah, wicket keeper certainly would have that skill transition. Fielding, obviously bowling, not so much because it's a different motion. But the way cricket's going with T20 and the emphasis on a lot of slugging, you can see that the swinging the bat similarities more so than 15, 20 years ago, pre-T20 cricket. But similar, right, in terms of fielding, the things you do, base running, although you're lugging a bat and you've got pads on in cricket, but there are a lot of similar skills that way.
0-2 to Kim. I'll just take a back seat on that question. I still don't know much about cricket, haven't fully immersed myself. So that's Ed Wyatt. Ed, you got it, man. Kim swings at a ball in the dirt. That'll do it for the Aces in the 6th. Wow. Only 3 more innings left.
There we go.
Possibly here in the Aces season. Game number 3, Aces v KT Wiz Diamond Duel.
When enjoying a punt, easy does it with Punt 123. Punt123.bet is your home for all your punting needs with same race multis and same game multi options, including daily promotions on all the major sporting and racing events. It's punting made easy. Get in the game with Punt 123. Visit punt123.bet or download the app today.
Gamble responsibly. If gambling becomes an issue for you, call 1-800-858-858.
Master Dry Cleaners is a family-run business operated by the Hudson family for over 70 years. They provide a full range of services through their 7 stores, a free pickup and delivery service for all your dry cleaning and laundry needs. Master Dry Cleaners can also help with repairs and alterations, wedding gown cleaning and cleaning of dunas and blankets. Find your closest Master Dry Cleaners store at www.masterdrycleaners.com.au. Top of the 7th time is ticking for the KT Wiz. They're down by 4 runs. It's 4-0 Aces in Game 3 of the Aces v KT Wiz Diamond Duel. New arm, Ed.
It's our old friend Shane Gustafson, 27-year-old, who spent some time in the Reds minor leagues. A lot of indie ball recently in Ogden, the Ogden Raptors. That's in Utah, if you didn't know that. Ever been to Ogden, Utah?
No, I've never been to Utah.
Oh, you're missing out, my friend.
Really?
Great state.
Should I go to Salt Lake or Ogden if I had to choose?
No. I would go...
Or Provo.
Yeah, Provo's good. I'd go Salt Lake, Logan. I'd go Logan, actually, where Utah State is located. Great little city. Go in the winter, a little snowboarding.
Snowboarding.
You look like a skier. No?
No.
I'm 0 for 2. I said you look like a golfer and a skier.
What if I pulled something crazy like some random skier sport? Pete, are analytics departments and KBO clubs expanding at the same rate as MLB organizations? I would say almost even more, because KBO is still more bare bones, and they're getting analytics at a rapid rate, like the Rapsodo systems and all that. They started developing a lot around, I would say, 2017, 2018, around that time, as MLB started a little earlier, and so since they're still farther behind, I think they are expanding at a higher rate. But again, they're still way, way behind the MLB right now. But they are getting there, and they are taking that more seriously. Again, in the NPB and the KBO, those two leagues behind the MLB is number 2 and 3.
Well answered.
Yeah, just depends on who's taking the question. You take the cricket questions, I'll take the analytics. 2-2 to Lee. Scott, what's the most epic one-sided wipeout you've ever seen? I've ever seen?
That's a great question.
I
do seem to recall a very high-scoring Aces game, but I can't quite put my...
the Aces won 27-3, I think, in the KBO Fall League. I can't pick up the exact score. It may have been 27-3 or the 27-0. It wasn't the KBO Fall League this year. And while I think of that, Ed, you can pull something out of your back pocket from the dinosaur days.
Yeah, I got nothing. I'm trying to remember. I do seem to remember an Aces game a while ago that was out of control, but honestly...
Whew. Big rip and a miss from Lee. Good start for Shane Gustafson. 1 up, 1 down with the punchy.
Maybe that'll help KT that they don't have the lead runner on this inning. Maybe that's a way of looking at it.
Yeah.
That is 3 strikeouts in a row for Aces pitchers, by the way.
They're heating up at the right time. It's Bae Jung Dae. He's walked and he's popped out.
That's a good pitch from Gustafson. Great breaking ball. Grounded foul down the line.
So I was incorrect. The Aces won 28-1.
Wow.
Against UST Korea in the KBO Fall League.
That'll work. That works.
I was saying 27-3.
Blowout.
28-1.
Wow. No mercy rule, obviously.
That's not even a football score because you have the 1.
Unless it's Canada.
They have 1s in Canadian football?
The single. The Rouge.
What's the single? How do you get 1?
You have to return. If you don't return a punt out of the end zone, it's 1. If you miss a field goal, it's 1.
What the heck?
Yeah, have a
so
look
you
at
can't knee it, right?
No.
On a on a punt or take a touchback on basically a kickoff sort of thing. You just have to.
Yeah. Because it's a big end zone. It's like 20-yard end zone. 20-yard end zone.
All right, I get it.
Yeah. Another high ball into the atmosphere. Yeah, you need to go on YouTube. Look it up. Canadian 1 point after the game tonight.
All right.
Go home. You do a deep dive on the Rouge. It used to be called the Rouge. Now they call it a single.
This is called the Ed Wyatt homework. I got homework to do. It says go home, go watch this video, learn.
I used to drive up to BC and watch some Canadian football.
Where have you not been?
North Korea.
Or South Korea, right?
No, I haven't been to South Korea. I have not. No.
Book it.
I know. Need to go. Especially now we have a little knowledge of Hanwha Eagles and KT Wiz.
Shouldn't we be special guests at those games?
I would
like
think
we're
so.
VIP.
Yeah, we should be.
We're calling these.
Here they are, the 2 men who called the. Please welcome.
Let's throw out the first pitch. 2-2 to Bae. He works a nice little at-bat. The count is full. Oh, here we go. Thank you, Sportscast Australia.
There it is. You called that one. Or did you? Did you call that one?
I did not.
No, you didn't call
I was a part of it, though. I was writing the live recap. That's strike 3. Back-to-back for Gustafson.
That's 4 consecutive strikeouts. Gogoski finished the 6th with 2. And Gustafson started the 7th with 2. Now, I think we may have a pinch hitter here. Gonna have a quick look. Yep, Cho Dae-hyun. He is a catcher, so he may take over for Han. He may finally get a break, Han. Our man Han finally may get a break.
He needs to ice up. He needs a massage. All right, fans, we have probably 3 innings left of questions. Head to the Aces fan zone. Scan that QR code. Easy as pie. He catches the outside corner, 2-1.
You should keep that QR code going after the season ends. Just you'd be back home and then some random question comes in. Hey, Andrew, what do you think about 2 runners on, double steal?
You're bringing up great ideas. Aces Q&A session over the offseason on the Aces YouTube channel. Why not?
We'll jump on Zoom.
You and me. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, Ed. We could do a podcast.
Love it.
All right, 3-1. Gustafson facing the bottom of the order and the pinch hitter.
Cho.
2-out runner aboard.
Works a walk.
Harold Bishop. Do you think known PED users such as Clemens, Manny Ramirez, who was one of my favorite players of all time, by the way, and A-Rod should be inducted into the Hall of Fame, especially after a Beltran, a member of the Astros, and the sign stealing, was inducted this year? Wow. See,
Harold,
it's hard to draw those lines.
Yeah, it's a very hard question. I don't really have an opinion on it. I mean, I'm inclined to probably say no, but
But guys like A-Rod did so much for the game.
Agreed.
Right?
I saw him as a Mariner, right? He started as a Mariner. I loved A-Rod.
And Manny did so much for the game, and to leave them out, while again, the Astros, not very much punishment there if you want to go into that for the Hall of Fame. It seems like things are a little backwards. But again, that's not something I think about. That's a good point. A lot of people do talk about that on the Hall of Fame. I'm not really a big Hall of Fame guy, Ed. I know some people nerd out over that. I don't.
I kind of agree with that.
Because a lot of people were past my time. Now I'm getting to the point where people are getting inducted that I watched when I was younger. So I think I'll get more into the Hall of Fame debate as I age.
Yep. I think that's fair.
1-2. Love the question, by the way.
Yeah, just because we don't necessarily have a good answer doesn't mean that.
Do you think baseball will ever be shown on free-to-air television in Australia?
The only thing I would say is Channel 7 has been showing the NFL for a while. I think Channel 10's got some NBA potentially. So you might see some MLB on like a 7 mate or one of those ancillary sort of secondary channels, I guess you'd call it. Maybe. Australian baseball, very difficult. On free-to-air, that's for sure. Good question.
Back-to-back 2-out walks. KT, are they getting something cooking here in the 7th? Well, we'll find out. And that will be a mound visit. Here comes Diebel with a little pep in his step. Looking great.
Absolutely.
The physical fitness from Skip.
Jeez.
Deebs, what's your diet plan been? What's the workout routine? You're looking awesome.
He was come steaming out there. Jeez.
All right, Ed. Is this you?
No, I think that's probably you, isn't it?
Doncaster? Is this you?
Sounds right to me. Doncaster.
What's Doncaster? Is that like a footy team?
It's a suburb. It's a.
That's got to be a footy
big
team.
Mall. There are. I think it was East Doncaster, maybe. Yeah, there would be some.
All right, go Doncaster.
It's a big mall. There's Deebs. There we go.
Wow, look at the form from Deebs.
I haven't seen him move that fast in a long time. Since one of his horses was running on TV.
Oh, yeah, Deebs got out there. That might be the highlight of the night when it's all said and done. Head to the Aces fan zone, scan that QR code on the screen.
We got to have that in the highlights package.
In the highlight, Deebs getting out there.
Absolutely.
He looks awesome. Well, back to the game. I mean, KT trying to push one across the board for the first time in the 7th.
That's a nice pitch there.
And it looks to be another pinch hitter, Ed.
Yeah, this is, we saw him last night, started at first.
It's a called strike. Good bender.
On Insan.
On Insan, yes. We saw him start in games 1 and
struggled a little
games
bit
2. Did struggle at the plate. And he's down 0-2 in the hole. That conversation seemed to work. That's a beautiful breaker from Gustafson. Just dropped out of the sky. Here we go, 0-2, 2-on-2 down, but we'll have to take a pause. Time called.
Tough spot to put a guy in who was 0 for 2 and had 2 strikeouts last night. Jeez.
But again, looking to see how these pieces develop and respond to this competition.
Correct.
Sawed him off, broken bat. Wow. The bat went farther than the ball.
It did. That bat flew out past McCullough.
McCullough was about to just pick that up and rifle it to first. The Wizard.
Got him. Let's have a look at that. Bang. Yeah, look at that. Just left with a matchstick in his hand.
Firewood, folks.
Free firewood.
Free firewood at Melbourne Ballpark in the top of the 7th in the final game of the season. Aces still up for KT. The offense has been dormant. Only 3 hits on the night. Plenty of runners on base. Just can't do anything with them so far. We tried for that spinner just on the corner. Donald. Does international exhibition play like this benefit the global growth of the sport?
Yeah, I absolutely think it does. We've got teams from the Korean League coming here. Got players like Jared Dale from Melbourne signing with Korean teams. Just a general awareness of how big the KBO is.
100%. Right on the money, Ed. The Aces are doing something special in the International Baseball Showdown. A bold move. 1-2. He froze him. Frozen pizza. Shane Gustafson. And he strikes out the side in the 7th. And KT strands 2 more runners. 7th inning stretch. Aces fans feeling good, ready to sing with their team up for the finale. Game 3, Aces v KT Wiz Diamond Duel. New uniform and apparel sponsors for the 25-26 season. All Belgravia with select New Balance merch available at the Aces merch stand. And shipping online as well. If you're watching back in the United States or watching in New Zealand, wherever you are. Another Padres hat, another 2 Padres fans. Man, I've seen like 100 Padres jerseys and hats tonight. Milwaukee Bucks? Is that a Giannis jersey in Australia?
Yeah,
what
you
the
see a
heck?
few of those.
What in the heck?
So as we suspected...
Anonymous, we got a question, Ed. Leave that to you in a second. I'm thinking of playing baseball. Oh, a little pump fake there. A little pump fake step through. I'm playing basketball. I'll read that question in a second. It looks like a pinch hitter. Looks like Addison Bishop Warren. I'm thinking of playing baseball, and I want to know do you think it's worth it playing because I enjoy watching baseball? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like you're going to get addicted to it when you start playing. You watch something, you love it. Baseball is even more fun to play, whether it's just playing for fun, pick up with your friends, or joining a local club. Yes, look out for your local club if you're here in Australia. Join. Just go out there and toss the rock, toss the ball. Thank you, Anonymous, for asking. Addison Bishop Warren started game 1 in left field, now getting a pinch hit at bat.
Bishop Warren's been one of those kids when they had that question earlier about is there a feeder system. That's not really what it is, but a young kid getting a chance to play with the Aces and now against top-level international competition. What a bonus.
Aces 2 in the first. 2 in the fourth as well. Scored in those 2 frames. And just like the series was against Hanwha, the pitching, only 3 hits allowed to KT. It has been stellar.
You see Cho there in his replacing Han behind the plate and having to make a block.
Ooh, pitcher and catcher both thought could have been strike 3. Instead, Bishop Warren stays alive.
And it's good at bat. Yeah, I think it was outside.
Broken bat, it's to third base. Fielded by Kwan, and they just get him by about a step. Good hustle from Bishop Warren, but it's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Another broken bat, more firewood for the pile. You're right, Bishop Warren really did hustle down there. Forced Lee to make a good play. Now we got a mound visit, and did he get hit by the bat maybe? Yeah, maybe, or been checking on it. Yeah, we got a new pitcher coming in just like that.
All right, folks, we'll take a break with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. The Aces up 4 in Game 3, season finale. Aces v KT Wiz Diamond Duel.
When enjoying a punt, easy does it with Punt 123. Punt123.bet is your home for all your punting needs with same race multis and same game multi options, including daily promotions on all the major sporting and racing events. It's punting made easy. Get in the game with Punt 123. Visit punt123.bet or download the app today.
Gamble responsibly. If gambling becomes an issue for you, call 1-800-858-858.
All right, the new Joker on the mound. It's Lim Jun-hyung. He might just face that man, Daryl George, but back to Hyung, or Lim Jun-hyung. Born in Korea, 2019 LG Twins 8th round pick. So he's 25, still very young, a lot of time to develop in his career. He mostly threw in the Futures League. Limited action, only 8 innings with the top club. And he was actually traded to the Wiz mid-season from the LG Twins in 2025. Interesting wrinkle.
So 1 down. This is Gomez, and it looks like Will Hardy is in the on-deck circle hitting for Morgan McCullough.
Gomez 0-2 on the night, a single and a couple of Ks. Aussie living in Korea here. KBO games are next level for atmosphere. It's a must-go-to if you can get a ticket. Last season, Eagles games were constantly sold out all season. Sorry, not a question. Go Eagles.
No, that's great. Thank you for that. And I've actually noticed on social media a lot of KT discussion about get your tickets now, get on it, hear the games, here's your seats and all that. So, yeah, absolutely.
How cool is this for you? Being an Aussie living in Korea, and then you get to watch back this, your two countries going at it.
Yeah, the Eagles in town. Well, we saw so many Eagle fans here.
Yeah. Gomez strikes out, 2 down in the 7th.
That's a good pitch. What hair product does Greg Bird use? That flow is voluptuous. I'm jealous. We probably should ask him. That hair is magnificent. I will agree with that.
He seems like he goes natural. I think he probably just goes natural and just lets it flow.
That's a great comment. It's one of my favorite comments.
Voluptuous. Hardy swings at the first pitch, chops one to shortstop. It's 6-3 for the put out. Hardy goes down. That'll end it for the Aces in the 7th. But once again, they're up 4, just 6 outs away from winning the final game of the season. There's some great hair, by the way, and clinching the Diamond Duel trophy. All right, folks, we're getting close. We're getting close to the end. Top of the 8th inning. Aces up 4-0. Game 3, Aces v KT Wiz Diamond Duel. It's bittersweet because it's the end of the season after these possible final 6 outs capped off by the Aces. And Ed, we have some changes in the field.
Get ready. There's going to be a lot of changes. Connor Gleason is going to come in and pitch, as we suspected, to go kind of 1 inning at a time here. Will Hardy will stay in and play shortstop in place of Morgan McCall. Oh, no, actually, he's going to move to second. Apologies. And Jaden Kim will go to his normal position of shortstop. And Addison Bishop-Warren will be in left field.
Handled like a true pro, Ed.
And get ready because there's more pinch hitters coming up for KT, so we'll keep you on that.
Molly asks, if you couldn't call baseball games, what sport would you want to call? American football, or what you guys call gridiron here in Australia? Gridiron.
I knew you would say that.
What about you?
For me, it's soccer. I've called probably 5-6 years of soccer over here. I called the A-League, Australian A-League for a while. So, yeah, that's probably my favorite to call.
Nice. Very cool.
Love the storytelling. The rhythm is similar to this, in soccer.
Chris, speaking of Greg, will he be back in 2027? He's a big crowd favorite. Bring him back, I say. Once again, I'll try my best. I'll make my best pitch.
Yep.
We do not know yet. Greg returning late for the Aces this season. He took some time off of baseball just to enjoy life, and he also has started his coaching journey. He loves coaching younger players, so we'll see where Greg Bird's at in his life next season. There's Darryl George, of course, his 15th year with the Aces. There's a new pitcher. It's Connor Gleason. He's pitched just 2 innings for the Aces. New addition to this squad. Has not allowed a run.
So this is Kim. We saw him pinch hit last night. He's the one who won that home run award for hitting, I think, the longest home run.
I remember you mentioning that.
Yeah, my source had that one.
Vividly. I just completely remember that.
Yep. It was a round 3 pick this year. So he was only 18.
18, that's the youngest player we've seen for KT.
There are those flowing locks.
Flowing.
The Birdman.
He was a fan favorite with the Yankees, too, when Greg Bird was still on the Yankees. I still see Yankees fans bring it up in comment sections like, oh, my gosh, that's Greg Bird.
Absolutely.
That's Greg Bird. I haven't seen him in a while, or I loved Greg Bird. So Yankees fans love him. Aces fans love him.
When we first signed him, it was crazy.
Oh, my.
Hit sharply.
From the high school home run hitting champion right here, award winner.
He's a big guy. Look at him, he's 18. He's a big, strong kid.
Seriously, it looks like he's already well developed in his frame at just 18. Yeah, youngest player we've seen from KT. We've seen a couple of 19-year-olds, but 18. Down in the count 1-2 to Gleason. Last night he walked, and we did rave about his plate discipline for not only having power, but being able to distinguish pitch from pitch, and he worked a nice at-bat. Oh, Gleason fools him, gets him to chase. Man, another strikeout for Aces pitching at. How many is that?
It is 10.
10.
9, sorry.
Oh, dang it. Sorry, I thought you had the number ready, so you were going to be like, that's 10 for the Aces. So I thought I was lobbing you an alley-oop.
No.
Apologies, Ed.
It was a pass behind me.
Passed it behind you, threw it out of bounds. Oh, man, one down. Because typically that's your thing, Ed. It's like you go, I say, oh, that's a strikeout. And then you say, that's 5th strikeout for Louis Dorr.
I dropped the ball.
It's all right. It's all right.
Every now and then.
Daryl George, he's had a clean night at first. He'll do it himself. 2 fast outs for Gleason. KT only 4 outs left to work with.
Now I got another pinch hitter here. Oh Yeon-seok. Saw him in game 2, I think. Maybe we did.
Gleason is just pumping strikes in there.
Yeah, he was the DH last night. Thought I recognized him.
0-2. Series tied at 1-1. Aces up 4-0. The home team in the top of the 8th. Hit sharply, but there's Estrada, as he always is. And he makes a timely throw. A nice 1-2-3 for the reliever, Connor Gleason. Bottom of the 8th, Aces looking to add some insurance already. Leading by 4 in the final game of the 25-26 season. We're inching closer. The Aces also inching closer to that Diamond Duel trophy. Yankees fan, I wonder if that guy watched
place.
Greg Bird.
Good place
when
to watch
Greg
a ball
Bird was
game,
on the
that one.
Yankees. Oh, yeah. We have a moment here. We're catching the moment, and that one is probably being sent to mom or being sent to grandma. And you're on camera. Yes, smile, you're on camera. Got a little bickering with the boys here. Oh, little tickle fight.
Little scrap.
Yeah. Let's throw down. There was some wrestling this season here in the International Baseball Showdown. Remember that?
That was fun.
We had OPW
That
Pro
was
Wrestling
fun.
here for a pregame little show. That's what that thing looked like right there with those two fellas.
Yep.
Bottom 8, Aces up 4-0. They've been in firm control of this ball game. They're out hitting the KT Wiz 7-3. It all got started in the first when Calvin Estrada went yard. Phillies fans, okay, all right. Phillies this season trying to get over those Dodgers. I mean, it's going to be a tall task to do so in the National League for anyone. Estrada on deck this inning. Once again, that 2-run shot. Daryl George at the plate. It's George, Estrada, and Greg Bird. New arm. It's a right-hander.
Ju Kwon, 30-year-old in his 12th year with KT. Actually once threw a complete game shutout. How about that? Don't see that much anymore.
You don't, because of the whole pitch count thing. Pitchers throwing harder than ever now. You want your pitcher out after 6 or 7 innings. In the MLB, too, they don't like guys going that far into games. Once you hit pitch 80, 90, pitch 100, you're gone. So, complete game shutout's hard to come by, but I'm sure they happen more often, Ed, in the KBO, where velocities are a bit lower. They pitch more to contact, less strikeout. I'm sure that's more prevalent than the MLB, but still, like you said, the complete game shutout, a dying breed here in 2026. Struggling with control. Here is Ju.
Yeah.
Daryl George walked in the 5th. Another ball bounced, Ed. Still the KT Wiz spring training, so having their pitchers transition to low stakes or from low stakes bullpen sessions to where you're tossing 10, 20 pitches with your coach right behind you to in game, on mound, under the lights, it still can be hard for some of these players.
Absolutely. Got a crowd. Yeah.
Daryl George, another walk tonight, reaches for the second time. Calvin Estrada, and I know what to expect from him, Ed. Big swings.
Exactly.
Big swings.
Yeah.
Again, like I mentioned earlier, does not get cheated.
No, he does not.
Andy, evening, fellas. Will there ever be like a pathway program for young talent to evolve through from the Aussie League to, say, the MLB?
I don't know if there'd be a program, but if guys are good enough, they'll be find them. John Diebel, scouts like that, know where the good talent is.
Well, often MLB teams do send down young prospects as it's 0-1 to Calvin Estrada. Here it comes. Pops one up towards us, and it is foul on top of us again, but this already does happen. We've seen it before, especially with the Aces. Teams will send down their younger players in the MLB. In their farm system, they'll send down players who are 16, 17, 18 years old to develop. Ronald Acuna Jr., a name you might recognize as just over a 16-year-old, played for the Melbourne Aces. So, yeah, the Atlanta Braves thought the same thing.
I think it gets trickier if you're talking about a pathway for Australian kids.
For Australian kids,
directly
yes.
to the Major League Baseball. I think that's a little trickier, but, a lot of kids going to American colleges. Travis Bazzana went to Oregon State, as you well know, same place you went. So there are opportunities.
Chopper, long way for Lee. Nice play by the shortstop.
Yeah, that's a really tricky play, and he played it well. He's very solid, very good young kid.
One out, Georgie in scoring position. Here's Greg Bird with the voluptuous flow.
Look at that very tricky hop. He almost has a little trouble getting it out of his glove, but managed to do it. It's been probably the most impressive player for me watching KT. Lee Kang-min.
Greg Bird, shallow right, but somehow the second baseman Ryu is there. He was playing deep back in that outfield grass, almost sort of shifting for the left-handed hitter Bird. I mean, right spot.
The Bird shift.
The Bird shift.
Hit it solidly, didn't he? It's that beautiful swing again.
Yeah, it looked like the old MLB 2018 shift where you had the second baseman playing in right field. And that's exactly where he was. 2 outs, George on third base now. Jordan Sickett at the dish. He takes strike number 1. The Aces can smell it. They can smell the Diamond Duel trophy incoming. They need to get 3 more outs. And they can smell a fantastic end to the 25-26 season. Sickett down 0-2 now. A season for the Aces that started, funny enough, in Korea. And now a season for KT starting in Australia, Ed. They each started in each other's respective countries. The Aces played in the KBO Fall League, becoming the first Australian team to do so. They finished first in the regular season over around a month in October, made it to the semifinals, and then after that they opened an ambitious home full international schedule that included teams from America, teams from New Zealand, and of course finishing it off with the KBO squads. 1-2 to Sickett.
I think Elliot Johnston, as we suspected, may work the 9th. He was up in the bullpen.
We swear, guys, Diebel didn't give us the script before the game.
This is all us.
We had a feeling.
He's really lost it here, as he was ahead of Sickett and suddenly struggling to find a plate.
Mike, will Leroy Tavares come in to close the 9th inning? We loved watching the Texas kid pitch. Does not look like it, Mike.
No, I think Johnston's going to come in. Tavares was fun, no doubt about it.
Sickett goes down swinging. That'll do it for the Aces in the 8th, but all they need, 3 more outs, and they will take home the Aces v. KT Wiz Diamond Duel Trophy.
When enjoying a punt, easy does it with Punt 123. Punt123.bet is your home for all your punting needs with same race multis and same game multi options, including daily promotions on all the major sporting and racing events. It's punting made easy. Get in the game with Punt 123. Visit punt123.bet or download the app today.
Gamble responsibly. If gambling becomes an issue for you, call 1-800-858-858.
Well, folks, cheers. As you can see on your screen, this could be the final 3 outs of the Aces 2025-2026 season here in the International Baseball Showdown, leading 4-0 over the KT Wiz and the Diamond Duel. What's your guys' favorite baseball movie? Mine would be a tie between A League of Their Own and Sandlot. Yeah, Andy, good one. Both good ones. Me, real quick, Moneyball, easy, takes the cake. Number 2, Bull Durham. Ed, what about you?
Yeah, I took it right out of my mouth. Yeah, absolutely. Moneyball 1 for me. Probably Bull Durham 2nd. Field of Dreams, I haven't seen it in a long time. Little corny for my taste, but still has some great moments in it. So yeah, Moneyball for sure. I love that. Loved it.
Elliot Johnstone looking to put a bow on this entire season. Finishing it off strong for the Aces if they can take 3 more outs and the win here in the Aces v KT Wiz Diamond Duel. He faces Kim, Lee, and Bay. It's 5, 6, 7 in the order.
Man, he can throw some heat, can he?
Wow. He can.
Jeez.
It's been interesting, Ed. In Game 1, remember, KT playing a similar lineup to what they have now, as it's 1-1, had 16 hits. They dominated on offense.
Yeah.
And they led the entire game. Now, it's not like they're taking guys out of the lineup. Pretty much same guys here in Games 2 and 3. But the Aces have never trailed in Games 2 and 3. That was nasty from Johnstone.
Wow. That was something, that pitch. Whew. Nobody on deck at the moment, so I'm guessing we get a look at this pitch, figuring out who it's going to be. Look at that drop. Whew. No chance.
Just staying alive. Johnstone went after him with the heat.
He did. That's a good job from Kim staying in it.
So the story of the Aces final series, as it's still being written here by Elliot Johnstone. We're at the very end, back few pages. Power and pitching. This is awesome. Andrew and Ed, thanks for being the constant backdrop for our viewing pleasure over the season. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Appreciate it.
That's why we do it. We want to make a great experience for you at home, enjoying this fantastic game of baseball. That's all it is. Full count, Johnstone. Whoa, high cheese.
Oh, man. Now it's 10 strikeouts, Andrew. You happy with that?
There we go. I'm very happy, Ed. I'm stoked. I'm out of my shoes.
Look at that. All right. It is Lee again.
It is. No pinch hitter here. They're sticking with their guns against the hard-throwing right-hander. 2 outs left for the KT Wiz.
Outside corner there.
The KT Wiz, after this series, they'll hop on a plane, head up to Okinawa, Japan, to join the other KBO teams to finish off their spring training. 1-1. And then their season, their official KBO season, starts on the 28th of March in a season, or coming off a season, where they missed the postseason for the first time in 5 years.
Yeah.
Lifted foul. So, to put it simply, it is a crucial KT Wiz season.
It is.
And it's great for them to give these guys work, like we talked about earlier, trying new, younger guys to see how they respond, because it's going to be very tough when they go into the KBO season starting on March 28th.
Yeah, it's interesting. Going to be fun to watch. They're resetting with some new players. Hanwha resetting with some new players. We haven't had the opportunity to see any of the other teams, but can assume they're on a similar path. It'll be fun to follow. I'll be texting in the middle of the night. Jared Dale just got a hit.
The spam, waking up to 5 Ed text messages. Oh, you see that in the KBO? Whoa, SSG Landers, Kia Tigers. You see what Hamlet did? You see Moon Dong Ju through 105? Oh, that'll be awesome. Through the right side, that one had eyes. A one-out single, still beating the KT Wiz here in the 9th.
That is the first hit since 3rd inning.
Oh, my
Does
goodness.
that make sense?
Wow.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun. All right.
Yeah.
Opting not for a pinch hitter here. Bae-jung Dae. He's 0 for 2. He's also walked. That's just hit number 4 for KT. The Aces had a shutout game against Hanwha on Saturday night. That was 7 days ago. The pitching staff went wire to wire, looking to do the same here.
DeLuca not with a mound visit there, but a nice kind of calm throw back to Elliott. Maybe just get him a little bit under control. Just kind of getting away from it a little bit high these last few pitches. Soaring.
Right back at him. It's a diving Kim. It's into left field. That's back-to-back singles that sneak through for KT. And like we've said all night, a couple base runners. Can they do something? They've left 7 runners on.
So here's Cho, who came in and replaced Han behind the plate. He walked his first time up. So Cho and Kwon potentially here with 2 men on, only 1 out.
Did not get the call there.
No, it was close, wasn't it? I think he wanted it.
I think it fooled DeLuca a bit.
We'll see another John Diebel sprint to the mound here.
It seemed to work. The first time he did it. It was some good entertainment for us. That fastball, yes, like you mentioned, Ed, is just riding a bit too much for Johnstone. There you see it again. It's 3-0, and things could get real interesting if Elliott Johnstone loads up the bases.
Hamaya up and throwing in the bullpen.
He has been lights out.
He has. There we go. Yeah, walk here brings the tying run to the plate. So you don't want to mess around. There you go.
Johnstone may have found it.
That's more like it. That's the Elliott Johnston we know and love.
Great emergency swing from
Sure
Cho.
was. Sure was.
That 2-strike approach, it was deadly for the KT Wiz on Monday. It really hurt the Aces pitching the way they were able to extend at bats. Hasn't been the same since. Another payoff. And Johnstone gets the best of him.
huge.
Second strikeout, 2 outs in the ninth. The Aces are 1 out away from clinching the Diamond Duel. It's a simple game. Just pitch and catch. Johnstone just reached back and just gave him a fastball high.
Yeah.
Gave him a fastball up, said, try to hit this. Couldn't catch up. It's Kwon Dong-jin. He singled in the third.
Yeah, he just focused in at the end, didn't he? Managed to get those pitches across.
Two and one.
Interesting to see whether he's swinging away on this or whether he gambles.
You read my mind.
Yep.
Took a gamble. It's 2-2. The 9-hole hitter, top of the lineup on deck. Once again, letting him reach will bring the tying run to the plate. But Johnstone has other ideas. He is 1 strike away from clinching this series for the Melbourne Aces to finish their 2025-2026 season. Ring him up! Elliot Johnstone and the Aces win Game 3 against the KT Wiz and take home the Diamond Duel Trophy.
Johnston really answered the call there, didn't he? It looked like he was in a precarious situation, but came back with 2 strikeouts to finish this thing off.
And with that, the Aces finish their bold 2025-2026 campaign in the International Baseball Showdown, taking the Aces v KT Wiz Diamond Duel by a 2-1 margin, 2 games to 1. Against KT, a perennial KBO playoff contender, and KT will most likely have a very bright season. A lot of stars who we will be excited to watch and text about, Ed, and spam each other about on WhatsApp.
Absolutely. Interesting game tonight, as you mentioned. Power and pitching. Aces played really well. KT just couldn't get anything going, really. No sort of momentum at all. But you can see as they line up down on the field, the respect shown by KT Wiz. You see Lewis Thorpe out there leading the Aces guys to get organized for the trophy.
Yeah, we'll send it down to the field for our trophy presentation, and Ed and I will be back with a final word to end this 2025-2026 season.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for sticking around for the presentation. The Diamond Duel Trophy. We've been treated to 3 amazing days of baseball here at the Melbourne Ballpark and also Geelong on Monday in this series between the Melbourne Aces and the KT Wiz. Firstly, we would like to say that we've been honoured once again to have the KT Wiz hold their spring training sessions here in Geelong and also play a couple of games here last night tonight here at the Melbourne Ballpark. The choice of professionalism of this group was amazing and we wish them all the best in the upcoming KBO season. We also thank their manager, Kang Chul Lee, and general manager, Eddie Na. And once again, our Melbourne Aces have performed so well at the highest level. We're so proud of their performances. This season has been an amazing 25-26 season for our Melbourne Aces. We now ask the general manager of the Melbourne Aces, Justin Huber, to present the Diamond Duel Trophy to the Melbourne Aces manager, John Diebel, winning this series 2-1.
Melbourne fans rally cry. Aces is the song we always say. Aces echoes loud throughout the summertime. Every time we see an Aces win.
All right, Ed. Final words and thoughts to conclude this season for the Aces.
Well, great pictures here, obviously, of the Aces celebrating, but just as importantly, the respect shown by KT Wiz lining up to recognize the Aces as well. Look, where do you start? We didn't really know what this was. We just look at some of the highlights. We'll probably just sort of talk over it a little bit. We didn't really know where the season was going to go when it started, when Justin Huber contacted me and said, I got a video, a reel from a kid named Andrew Henderson. He's from up in your neck of the woods, which is the Pacific Northwest. And I watched your reel, I liked it, and then I said to Justin, yeah, I think he's a great kid. He'd be perfect for this season. And you and I got on and had a couple of chats. Probably talked more college football than baseball, to be honest, to start with. But look, I think it's been a great season. We didn't know what we were going to get. We got some super competitive games. You think back to the things we saw. We've seen Aaron Whitefield steal home. We saw great pitching performances. Lewis Thorpe in particular, I think, has been phenomenal to watch. The old Aces standby, Chris Burke, Daryl George, the new guys were fantastic, as we've talked about through the entire broadcast. So it's been fun to be on the journey with all of us together. But especially you, Andrew, it's been a heck of a lot of fun. And, I'm kind of a part-timer here. You do a lot of the hard yards, and you're at the ballpark 24/7. I kind of stroll in here and jump on and have some fun. But I do want to say it's been great, and appreciate you, and also appreciate everyone watching and listening and sending in comments and sending in questions. So it's been great for me, and really looking forward to next year, whatever happens.
Thank you, Ed. Well said. But first of all, this is what happens when everyone buys into a single cause. Great things happen when everyone buys in. It was organizationally wide for the Aces. Everyone bought into what was happening, stepping into the international landscape with the KBO Fall League, with the full international home schedule. The fans bought into what was going on. They were invested into these games. They showed up in droves. The Aces had the biggest fan-attended series of the 2025-2026 season in all of Australian baseball. And there were some people who had their thoughts about what the Aces were doing. Again, they didn't know, they were worried, they were fearsome, but the Aces, on all ends, knocked it out of the park, and I am so unbelievably glad I got to see this and be a part of this as a youngster. And I just have so many people to thank, and I think we can give them thanks for both of us. Obviously, at the top with Brett Ralph, Justin Huber, the general manager, Melissa Orr, marketing and events manager. And just for Melissa Orr was basically my mom when I've been here in Australia. She has been amazing.
She's great.
We have Surly and Stu in the operations for the Aces. We have Mick Wern, who is literally flying around like a free safety in football everywhere all the time. That guy has an unbelievable motor. We have Jade in the ticket office and all of her volunteers that follow along with her, who work so hard with these big crowds and getting people into the game. And we wouldn't run without the people who do tickets. Of course, Sportscast Australia. These productions have been something else. The drone shots. Anytime we need questions brought up with the Aces fan zone, the ads, they have knocked it out of the park with Sportscast.
Can I just interrupt and say, and they're willing to try stuff. We come up with wacky ideas. They go, I don't know if it'll work, but we'll give it a try. And often it does work.
Absolutely. Roger and Ben, who control things down in the Aces dugout and the locker room. I think they're unsung heroes. Yep. Raj and Ben, a lot of people forget about them or don't even know about them. Tony Shebeki, the voice up here, the PA. All the volunteers, like I mentioned before. Sean Peter Budge, who's done a lot of content for the Aces. You may have seen him down on the field during the trophy presentation. Yeah. He puts a lot of those videos together, makes it easier on Mel and I, so we could run a great little 3-person team for social media and get content out for you fans. The players who bought into the season, whether it's a Daryl George, a 15-year veteran, whether it's a new kid, whether it's a Jaden Kim, an Aaron Whitefield. Aaron Whitefield, a fan favorite who started the season running around, stealing every single base in Korea, bringing it back, bringing the energy, signing balls for kids, all the Aces who make these special moments for families that they will seriously never forget, connecting with the grassroots, and that's a reason why we stay in baseball. Why do we play baseball, Ed? It's to bring people together, and that's exactly what the Aces have done all summer long. And most importantly, that last thank you is to you fans listening to this broadcast right now, to support Ed and I, to support me coming to a new country and a new team. I have no bad words to say ever about Australia, about the Aces, about this wonderful season.
Absolutely, and I can actually even add a few more. Of course, all the local baseball organizations and club teams and youth teams that are a big part of this and come out and watch as well. The governments, Victorian, City of Geelong, of course, all the connections to Korea, and I know that Justin Huber has really worked hard to make those relationships work, and that's why you see these Korean teams here year after year, which is phenomenal.
I can't wait to see what the future holds, Ed.
Yeah, agreed.
For Australian baseball, for the Melbourne Aces, of course, you and me, we'll always be in touch. No matter what happens,
100%.
No matter where I'm at, you're going to spam my phone and text me, and you're going to talk smack about college football, which is all in good fun. But, Ed, it was awesome.
It was great.
It was awesome.
Thank
you, fans. It's Andrew and Ed signing off for the last time in the 2025-2026 season. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you soon.
This broadcast is powered by Sportscast Australia. This broadcast is powered by Sportscast Australia.